There it is, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. It is the sixth element of hip hop. It is Black Friday. We here on a special pop up. Stu Dog in the building. What's good, homie? It is
Peace.
a
Chilling.
pop up
On
word
Black
special
Friday.
on Black Friday. Yeah, because we might, I guess we might not do a show tomorrow night. So this is kind of that makeup for that. Because Stu Dog has a prior engagement, and I might be too. But we can get it all in today because this is a big DC show anyway. It's I got two major bombs to drop on y'all that if you're a DC fan like Stu and I and you've been waiting for these, then you're gonna be real excited. Bomb number one, you can see it right there on the screen. Here comes the Knightfall trilogy. They are making the Knightfall trilogy. That's where Batman breaks the bat. Where Bane breaks the bat's back. That's that storyline, and they're spreading it out over 3 feature-length animated movies. And DC does animation better than Marvel does live action. So yeah, it's phenomenal.
Hopefully Tim Russ
And
does it.
hopefully, yeah,
Tim
Bruce
Russ and his
Timm
team.
or Bruce Timm.
Hopefully Bruce Timm and his team. I can always get him and Tim Russ mixed up. Hopefully Bruce Timm and his team does it. They always
Yeah.
give us the more comic accurate things.
Well, I'll have that.
I just hope him and his team does it. But if not, he does all of them anyway. So he has another, other studios
Yeah.
that puts out these things. But he is the sole person or studio or whatever he does. He's in charge of that when it comes to the animation.
Before you
So
go too far, it's not Bruce Timm. It's not Bruce Timm, but it is the Warner Brothers DC crew. And Bruce Timm is always going to be overseeing shit, but I'll break it down. And then the second bomb that is equally as dope, or maybe some might find even cooler if you're not super into animation, but the CLAYFACE film is going down. Yes, it's happening. They're making the CLAYFACE movie next spring, and it's going to be dope. It's going to be a horror film. So a horror version of the CLAYFACE. And bomb number 3, that's not really a DC bomb, but it's a bomb nonetheless. The Voltron live action movie is going down.
I hope so, because I've been hearing about it for so long.
It's happening. Amazon MGM Studios has confirmed the cast for the upcoming live Voltron movie. And it includes Henry Cavill. Man, it's gonna be sick. I'll show y'all in a minute. We couldn't wait. We couldn't wait for Saturday. We had to drop them all on you right now. But without further ado, and I do want to discuss some other things. We got some other shit. If we have time, I got a bone to pick with Star Wars, and we got some more DCU information too, if we have time. But getting off but starting it off right away with that Warner Brothers Discovery announcement of the epic Batman animated movie trilogy, Knightfall is just peak, man. Warner Brothers is diving into the animated world with an ambitious project centered on one of the DC Comics' most iconic storylines, one of the most well-known Batman stories. And one of the coolest, Jeff Wamster, celebrated for his work in the Tomorrowverse series, is taking the helm of a new animated trilogy inspired by Batman Knightfall. This is an exciting moment for fans of Batman and DC in general, just Batman really. And as the Knightfall saga has never been fully adapted into animation or film, live action or not, despite its pivotal place in the Batman legacy. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
The trilogy's first installment will be titled Batman Knightfall Part 1. Super creative. Was recently registered on the Entertainment Identifier Registry. That's the EIDR, a database that catalogs audiovisual content. And originally slated for 2024 release with a 1 hour runtime, these details may shift as Warner Brothers, opts for longer formats. They felt the 1 hour wasn't enough. They want 3 full feature length films. Feature length being an hour and a half to 2 hours, with previous films exceeding 80 minutes. And yeah, Batman Nightfall is best known for the dramatic showdown where Bane breaks Batman's back. He breaks his back over the knee, and a scene etched into pop culture and famously reimagined in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises. So, where they have had Bane break Batman's back in a movie, it wasn't Nightfall. It was just a guy they were calling Bane breaking Batman's back in their movie. But the aftermath of this iconic moment, takes an unexpected turn that some fans may have forgotten that is part of the Nightfall story. Bruce Wayne, incapacitated by Bane, hands the Batman mantle to Jean-Paul Valley, better known as Azrael. And Azrael's tenure as Batman is defined by a harsher, more ruthless approach to crime fighting, eventually prompting a recovered Bruce alongside Robin and Nightwing to step in and be like, yo, Azazel, man, slow down, Azrael. You're going a little hard. It's not how we get down. And they had to reclaim the mantle by force. And this new trilogy aims to delve into this intricate narrative, possibly mirroring the original comics 3-part arc, right? Nightfall, Night Quest, and Night Send. And that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we have Nightfall, Batman Nightfall Part 1 is the first movie, and I want to see the second movie be called Batman Night Quest, and then the third be called Night Send. But the Part 1 in there leads me to believe it's going to just be Nightfall, Nightfall, Nightfall. Not as creative, not as cool, but it's more of a well-known name. So, but fans can expect elements of source material, right? Warner Brothers is known for reimagining their stories in their animated adaptations, as evidenced by, many of their stories. You have the Long Halloween in there. You got Hush, a lot, just endless comics that they adapt. And I think they do a pretty good adaptation, right? Still, like they're pretty accurate.
Oh, pretty ain't the word. But they are accurate. They're beautifully accurate. I would say a lot of times. Uh, this is also big because, like you said, nobody's ever done it,
Yeah.
and I have the comics and I remember reading them, but I would like to see them acted out. It would
Yes.
definitely be a one up for the whole thing.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, I love it. I love, I get in these conversations all the time, bro, with moviegoers, fans, whatever, what have you, and they're like, you comic fans, you want them to just adapt the comic beat for beat, and it's like, no, not like that, but
No,
like
not like that. Yeah.
at least fucking recognizably. Like I want it to be recognizable from the comic at least. Marvel, they'll just revamp some shit. They'll be like, oh yeah, that guy's name is Thor, but here's shit from Golden Age Thor, here's shit from Ultimate Universe Thor, here's shit from Earth X Universe Thor, here all in one movie. And the reason it doesn't work is because these story beats don't go together in the comics, so they're not part of a cohesive story, so they don't really blend as well, and it just kind of ends up not being as rich and meaningful. And casual audiences don't get this; they don't understand, and they try to make us look like we're crazy, but really, it's not, man. It's just you want to see. It's like you got to think. You say you have your favorite novel. Everyone has their favorite book, and it gets made into a movie. And the first thing they complain, oh, it's not accurate. Oh, it's different than the book. Well, this is the same fucking thing. Imagine if they took your favorite book and just fucked it all sideways. Like, say you're a Harry Potter fan, and they took the Goblet of Fire and they took parts from 3 other books and crammed it in one movie. How would you feel? Would you be like, oh, don't worry about it. You're being a little too. Come on, guys, relax. No, it's because it's not your book, it's not your favorite thing, and that's why you don't give a shit. But I mean, listen, you just want it to resemble something that you grew up on, something that you love. And Nightfall just so you know, you guys can go pick this up. It's a great comic. It's relatively cheap. You can afford them. They're not expensive. Even the original 497 is under $100, I'm sure. The Nightfall is a 1993-1994 Batman story arc, published by DC Comics, consisting of a trilogy of storylines that ran from 93 to 94. Again, it was Nightfall, Night Quest, Night's End, and the story takes place over like 6 months. Bruce Wayne suffers burnout and is systematically assaulted and crippled by a super steroid enhanced genius named Bane. A genius, I point out. Like, Bane is not a goon. Bane is not a henchman. Bane is not a thug. Bane is a fucking genius who is a brilliant strategist, would fucking put Sun Tzu to shame. Bane is that dude. And Bruce is replaced as Batman by an apprentice named Jean-Paul Valley, aka Azrael, who becomes increasingly violent and unstable, tarnishing Batman's reputation. So the public and the Gotham and everything, they're like, oh, Batman, he's a fucking asshole. He's out here breaking dudes' backs and shit. And eventually Bruce is healed through paranormal means. I won't give it away, and reclaims his role as Batman. But Nightfall itself resulted in a long-term, ramification for the Batman continuity, because, Batman's trust from the police was damaged, because again, Azazel's out there making him look bad, and they don't know if it's Bruce Wayne, Azazel, or John Paul Valley. They just know it's Batman. They don't know who's in the suit, so. And his fellow superheroes had to be rebuilt due to Azazel's violence too. And so additionally, Bruce realizes the peril and the burden of attempting to work in solitude, right? And leading this sort of hermit lifestyle. And so he creates, the modern incarnation of the Batman family, the Bat family that we know, with all the Bat, guys and girls that are parts of his, his adopted kids, his street kids. And the events of Nightfall also led to the temporary resignation of Bruce's loyal butler, Alfred. The entire Nightfall storyline, altogether took over a year to complete in the comic book serials. In later years, the comics were reprinted a jillion times, but never in full, as the Night Quest, the Search story arc had not been collected until the second omnibus edition in 2017. So you either got to get the original or the omnibus from 2017. But it's, well, like I said, man, it's well worth grabbing and picking up. It's just a really cool book to have in your collection. I mean, you can see the cover of the comic right there in our thumbnail. That's what it looks like. That's the cover. It's a really dope cover. And just to have it, yeah. I mean, I would buy that and I would slab it straight up and down, and I would do it now, because this movie's coming out. It's gonna have a big resurgence in popularity, and it's gonna go up in value. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Do you still have? Did you ever collect the whole set of the original comics?
I got them boxed up.
Okay. Yeah, I got mine boxed up too.
Mm.
But it was a good run. It was a real good run, bro. I wish they still kind of would do runs like that.
I got the whole set, but that's the OG. That's how she looks. Number 497. And this is a real nice copy. No spine ticks, no nothing. White pages. Really nice.
Yeah, that's dope. Look at that.
And I'm not a slab guy because I like to open them up and read them. But one of the coolest, I think, art styles that Batman's ever had is the Knightfall series. I like the Knightfall Batman. He's got the really long sort of ears. They're really long and exaggerated and pointy, and it's cool. And he's just bitch slapping him. Swak. He got him looking just hurt. He got him fucked up, and then lifts him up for the final blow. Instead, I will simply break you.
Break you.
Drops him. Break it.
Bam. You got to remember, Bane has a genius level intellect. He's a master strategist and tactician, a very skilled hand-to-hand combatant and marksman, and he's pumped up off of steroids. And that's steroid is called venom. He and when you look at like his abilities and things he can do, he's almost equal to Batman. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
yeah, he
Oh
just
yeah.
yeah, he has
He whoops
superhuman
Batman. He
strength.
beats Batman. That's the thing. He
Beats them
beats Batman. That's the whole thing. Is he's Batman's doomsday.
nemesis. Yeah, he is. Yeah, and he wanted to prove that. And when you read Nightfall, that was his
Special drink.
whole. Yeah, when you read Nightfall, that was his whole
Peace, man.
premise was that he
Yeah.
wanted to prove that he was a better detective than Batman. Figured out who he was. Figured out the Batcave. Oh, and not only prove it, but destroy him physically as well. He wanted to destroy him mentally and physically.
Oh, Emma's on Twitch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, shout out to Emma. Emma hit. We got we've had a Twitch page forever. I mean, we always broadcast on Twitch too, but I really man things from YouTube. I do mostly it's a YouTube thing. So, but we're converting. We will be converting to be a mainly Twitch show. So all our YouTube fans, just follow us over to Twitch. It's no big deal. It's not gonna kill you. We'll give you free. I'll give you free passes and all that for all my YouTube diehards, especially my mods and all that. Y'all can have a free membership and all of that. So we're gonna definitely switch to Twitch soon because we're a live stream show. We this channel was doing. We did videos. It was a video channel. It's absolutely become a live stream show channel, and YouTube just doesn't. It's not set up for that. The algorithm doesn't love it. So shout out to Emma Hit. Hopefully she saved it on her what do you call it?
Mm,
Yeah, man.
one of
But
her devices.
no, I mean, yeah, like on the like the notification bell kind of thing how we do on YouTube, but subscribe basically is what I mean. Uh The prelude to Nightfall began with the introduction of two new characters key to its storyline in issues prior of the release of Nightfall. You had Azrael, which is this John Paul Valley guy who he gives the mantle to, introduced in Batman Sword of Azrael 1 through 4, came out in 92 and 93 by Dennis O'Neil and Joe Quesada, a graduate student at Gotham University who discovers that he's been unconsciously trained since birth as an assassin for an ancient religious order. And Bane, of course, is introduced in Batman Vengeance of Bane, #1 from 1993 by Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan. So he's an orphan. He's born and raised in Central America in an island prison, self-taught, ruthless, underwent an involuntary experimental operation to become a new type of super soldier before breaking free and deciding to take Gotham City from its king, who he felt was the ruler or the main dude in Gotham. And Batman, he wanted to take that mantle. So those two characters were quickly added to the cast in the monthly Batman titles. And so with Azrael being a superhero in training who fights alongside Batman, and then Bane introduced as a supervillain. And so within the regular series, the build up to Nightfall, you have the 6 issues run in Batman 484 and 489, and that build up to it where you had Batman at the onset of a personal psychological midlife crisis, is forced to deal in rapid succession with the sharpshooter assassin hired by an imprisoned mobster to murder Commissioner Gordon, returning villain Black Mask and his gang, who target Bruce Wayne and Lucius Fox, a crazed killer called Metalhead. And so
Yeah.
Batman begins to feel that he lost his edge, and especially after his failure to capture Black Mask. And so he finds himself unable to mediate or even deal with the villains of Gotham. And so basically, as Bruce Wayne, he contacts a holistic therapist, Chandra Kinsolving, for treatment, and then he assigns Robin, the Tim Drake Robin, to train this Jean Paul Valley in detective work. So he's not only going to be a fighter but a detective, so he can help them, hoping to guide him and guide his brainwashing away from making him a villainous threat. And so, despite the advice of everyone in his life, including Dr. Kinsolving, Bruce refuses to rest and continues to pursue his self-imposed duty despite his worsening condition. Um, in addition, of course, since the events from A Death in the Family, where Joker kills Robin, Batman struggles with the trauma. When the Jason Todd Robin is killed, and he's got Tim Drake, and so the next storyline, Detective Comics 654 to 656, you have a young military student uprising power in Gotham's underworld and assaulting a police station, with Bruce's fatigue continuing to worsen. And then at the conclusion of that story, Bane and his henchmen are shown monitoring Batman's performance. And so Bane begins like a series of encounters, letting Batman know, I'm out here, I'm operating. These are my intentions. This is what I'm doing. He's just kind of, giving him little nibbles. And so in Batman 489 and 490, Bane interfaces with, like Killer Croc and Riddler, and all of them against Batman. And so they sort of test Batman's limits, and Bane wants to see how far he can push Batman, see what Batman can take and handle and what he can do about it. And so he goes so far to inject the Riddler with the venom drug that he has, which culminates in an assault on Arkham Asylum. And then in Batman number 491, where Bane breaks the inmates out and supplies them with all the little weapons to escape. And so meanwhile, Robin, is dealing with this John Paul. Yeah. And so due to that violent subconscious training that Azrael had, and lack of social skills, Robin's finding it kind of hard to deal with him, and finding himself being shut out from working alongside Batman. And so then we get to Knightfall, and the plot there begins, with the master criminal that we've been seeing fucking with Batman. Is Bane guy is freeing all of the maximum security inmates of Arkham Asylum. So he knows that basically that would lose, that he would lose in a direct one-on-one assault against Batman. So Bane's plan consists of weakening Batman by forcing him to deal with all these deadly villains at the same time. And so, he's got Joker out here, fucking Scarecrow, Riddler, Poison Ivy, of course, some of the lesser knowns, the Mad Hatters, the Ventriloquists, Firefly, Cavalier, Film Freak, Mr. Zaz, Cornelius Stirk, Abattoir, Amygdala, all these like crazies. And the scenario sort of creates this rift in the relationship between Robin and Batman, as Batman irrationally seeks to face this whole outbreak by himself, right? He doesn't want Robin to get hurt. And so in later issues, Robin asks Batman if he's needed as his sidekick anymore. And so a later flashback to this time period, showcase 93, number 7 and 8, shows Batman pursuing Two-Face alone and being trapped and kidnapped to stand like a mock trial. And so he gets saved by Robin from this sort of mock court case that Two-Face puts him on through. And so over the next few issues, Batman becomes weaker and weaker, and he's getting whittled down. And as he puts away each criminal back in behind bars, he's got the rescue of the mayor from Joker and Scarecrow, who teamed up, pushing Batman to his mental and physical limits. And Scarecrow hits him with a dose of the fear gas, and he relives the murder of Jason Todd that we just saw in A Death in the Family. And that's what he feels is his greatest failure in life. And so after that encounter, Bane knows it's like he's got him like buttery at this time, and so Bane's men assault Batman before he himself makes his move and attacks him at Wayne Manor, his home of his alter ego. Before this time, Bane had deduced the secret identity of Batman. He had already figured it out, because remember, Bane is not this thug. He's a genius, and he figured shit out. And the fight between Bruce Wayne and Bane is detailed in Batman number 497. That's the one I just showed you guys. And after 3 months, Batman, he's all exhausted. He was no match for Bane, and Bane just pummels him ruthlessly before breaking his back over his knee in the Batcave below the manor, symbolically breaking Batman. And Bane takes Batman, then Wayne, who he's still costumed as Batman, downtown to Gotham Square and throws him on from a rooftop to demonstrate to everybody that he's the superior king of Gotham. And so Robin and Alfred swoop in and save him and shit, but he's paraplegic. He's fucking paralyzed. And so
Messed up. Yeah.
yeah, and
Sad
so
day comic. Sad day.
sad day. And so Bane then, takes control of the underworld and all this good shit. And so after his defeat, Batman enlists the aid of Dr. Kinsolving again to rehab him and asks John Paul Valley, Azrael, to take up the mantle of Batman so that Batman, so Gotham has its protector. And of course, Robin, Tim Drake, he's like, what the fuck? And with Bruce to allow Dick Grayson to become Nightwing and to become Batman, as he's more experienced and mentally competent. But Bruce replies that Grayson has his own responsibilities, and he would only take up the mantle of the Bat reluctantly, and it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be the same. He wouldn't want to do it, whereas Azrael really would want to do it, and he would have the passion behind it. And Bruce's rationale for this decision is revealed later in issues secretly. He just does not want Dick to have to face Bane. That's bottom line. He doesn't. He's like, I really don't know this John Paul Valley kid. He's definitely capable, but he's not my Robin, and he's not Dick. He's not Drake. He's this other guy. So let him do it. I know that's kind of fucked up, but I'm not putting my son against this dude Bane who just literally broke me in half. So not doing it. Bruce then gives John Paul strict orders to never engage Bane in combat. He says, just don't get caught up. And when John Paul does, of course, inevitably face Bane, only his modified gloves save him from being thrown to his death. And then you have Tim Drake's father, Jack Drake, gets kidnapped, and Bruce and Alfred leave the country to go find them, and their stories continued in Night Quest: The Search. then you have the happenings in Gotham in Night Quest: The Crusade, and John Paul's. So they really spread it up, and you get all these different comics, and there's so much shit to try and follow and keep track of, and a lot of people criticize, DC for this, but yeah, Night Quest, it's a lot, and but Azrael and Night Quest and that whole thing, it's really cool that they're animating this and putting it into a trilogy of films, because like I said, trying to read all these stories, it's a pain in the ass. But it's great. It's a great story, especially the shit that John Paul, that the Azrael Batman is doing. It's he's brutal. He's brutal, and it's really cool. I mean, he's fighting all the big, Clayfaces and Mr. Freeze and Catwoman and all of that. So it's a great story if you can get them all together and read them all and shit. But hey, I'm looking forward to this joint and watching this joint. This trilogy.
You ever came out with an omnibus for that or no?
Yeah. There's an omnibus. There's an omnibus with all of it in it too. But yeah, you can get them. I think the last one came out in 2017, and it's the one. It's called Night Quest: The Search. I don't even think it's it's the entire storyline, but even there's still even some little side shit that's not even in it. There's a lot, but yeah, the omnibus, it's called Knightfall, Night Quest: The Search, some shit like that. Came out in 2017. But yeah, man, that's That's that story. That's Nightfall, and I think it's gonna make a really dope animated trilogy. It's still in
I
the
can't
early
wait.
stages. Yeah, it's still in the early
I
stages.
can't wait.
But the exact release time is unclear. But an early 2025 debut is what we assume what it looks like. But yeah, the second bomb that DC is dropping is they are reportedly moving forward with a second Batman baddie show, project, not a show, but a project. Like Penguin was a show, and now we're getting a movie. Um, I don't I don't think it's gonna be like what they're doing at Sony with the Spider-Man bad guys, where they're just having their own movies and Spider-Man is just not even mentioned or doesn't even exist. They're not doing
Yeah.
that dumb shit. Uh, by the way, the Craven the Hunter filmmaker came online and implored us. He pleaded with us. He says, "Give our movie a chance. Uh, it's not going to be whack like these other Spider-Man villain movies are." So we'll see. But I, I don't feel like that with Penguin because in the Penguin, you knew Batman was there. They talked about it in the beginning. They talked. They threw the bat signal up at the end. I mean, it was known. This is definitely Batman is definitely part of this universe. And even though he wasn't there, his presence was felt.
Yes.
But as for DC, 2 years ago, Peter Safran and James Gunn pulled back the curtain to reveal a peek at their slate of films, including a streaming series that would build up its DC Studios Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters. And they rolled out an impressive future schedule that included projects starring some of DC's most tried and true characters and others featuring some of the more underdogs and lesser known underrated characters. And that's what James Gunn's great at. So I can't wait. I think those projects look way more exciting than anything Marvel's had since Endgame or has coming down the pike, except for Doomsday and Secret Wars. I'm really excited about those two films. The Fantastic Four movie, not so, but I'm not going to get into that. We'll get into that. But well, a handful of those projects quickly found their way onto the Warner Brothers Discovery release calendar, and others are still in early development. However, as Gunn's recently teased projects that weren't part of the studio's 2023 rollout have been gaining ground behind the scenes. One such project is the World War II period piece Sergeant Rock that has a script in place and may be ready to film relatively soon. Now, another project that was left off the original list is making a lot of noise and is maybe ready to go before cameras next spring. And this is the one that I'm really excited about that we talked about a few months ago. And that is, according to the combined reports from the insider Daniel Rickman and Apocalyptic Horseman, DC Studios will begin production on a solo Clayface film next spring. Fuck yeah, a horror movie. The script was written by Mike Flanagan, the guy that did the horror series of Haunting Hill House on Netflix and its subsequent follow-ups. Flanagan reportedly pitched the project last year, though he refused to comment on it at the time. The insider Apocalyptic Horseman tweeted. He said, "We reported on this last year, actually, and so did we. The script is finished and was written by Mike Flanagan. Expect this to be one of the next films after Supergirl."
Mm. Gotta wait that long, huh?
Yeah, we gotta wait that long, a year. But DC Studios moving forward with the Clayface movie. Script is currently being written. There it is tweeted. What does it say here? While it's not confirmed, Apocalyptic Horseman indicated the project may be part of the DCU's new continuity rather than Matt Reeves' Batman epic crime saga. I really hope. It says, given that Clayface is set to make a minor appearance in the upcoming animated series Creature Commandos, there's certainly room to explore the character's history in a solo film. I really hope it's Matt Reeves' universe, but I don't think it is. And I actually don't I'm actually not even sure if it's either going to be either part of James Gunn or Matt Reeves' universe. How about it's just his own Elseworlds project that is a, what do you call it? Just a regular horror, joint. Raw talk. Welcome, welcome.
What up? What's going down?
Well, talk.
Shit.
What up?
These
Peace.
DC bombs. We got a trilogy of movies coming out for the Knightfall comic. Where Bane broke Batman's back. They're making a trilogy movie. That they're doing a movie about Clayface, which we're talking about right now.
Okay.
The whether it's going to be a DCU Clayface movie or a Matt Reeves Clayface movie remains to be seen, or its own thing. Because remember, Elseworlds is its own. It can be multiple shit. Like I'll give you an example: the Joker movies. They're not Matt Reeves. They're not DCU, but they are DC. They're DC Elseworlds, just like the Matt Reeves So Elseworlds covers anything that's not James Gunn's DCU. But just because it's Elseworlds doesn't mean it's connected with each other. You see? So Elseworlds can have a bunch of unrelated shit, and none of it is related to the main continuity, which is the DCU. You'll figure it out. It's not hard to grasp.
which
It's
is
not.
which is good.
It's
Which is
basically
good,
like
y'all. Yeah, that's good, y'all. In a way, because
how
now,
Marvel, DC movies were back in the day almost. Like,
yeah,
except for well, technically, because
Yeah.
with Superman, he had a trilogy or more than that, and then Batman had more than a trilogy. So,
I mean, they weren't related, so yeah, you could say it's similar.
yeah. So I guess they're just doing one-offs and what have you, which is
Yep.
cool. It's good.
but they do mention Superman and Batman and Robin. I think it is.
They
Remember in the
did?
beginning? Yeah, remember in the beginning? Robin says, "I want a car." Chicks dig the car, and George Clooney was like, "This is why Superman works alone." And he jumped in the car and
Yeah.
he pulled off. Yeah,
He damn sure did. He
yeah, he
damn
jumped
sure
in the
did.
car and pulled off.
He
Yeah,
damn sure did.
so
And also, this is really cool too. There's another project featuring Bane and Deathstroke that's already in development. That's yes, a Bane and Deathstroke joint is already being
is it
developed.
gonna be is it gonna be an anime?
From what I understand, it's live action.
Oh, I don't understand that though.
Whoa.
All right. Okay.
Because every time they do Bane, please listen. Bane is Spanish. We know this. He's from an island called. He's from
Yeah, I
an
hope they
island
don't
called
make him
Santa
Lagoon.
Prisca. Number one. Number two. He speaks Spanish. He wears a luchador mask, which would infer that he is fond of Spanish wrestling. I just don't understand why every time we get Bane, he's not Spanish. I don't
Yeah.
get it, bro. I just don't
Well,
get it.
to be fair, we've only got him once in live action, so I mean.
Twice. We got him twice.
Oh
Twice.
yeah,
We got
that's
him
right.
twice in
Yeah,
live action. Yeah.
So he was the one with Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze, yo.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
and all he did was
He was just
just
like
grunt and say one
a
word.
grunting idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not Bane, man. That's why I hated those movies. I don't even. I see. I don't even talk about. I don't even fucking remember those movies. I don't know. I didn't. I don't care. The George Clooney, the Val Kilmer. For me, the Joel Schumacher movies were atrocious. I couldn't stand them. But I know people love them. That's cool. I'm not saying that you're an idiot if you like them. I just me. But this is the Insider reveals link between DCU and upcoming Bane and Deathstroke movie, while James Gunn and Peter Safran largely the upcoming across animation, live action, TV shows, and movies. In addition to the projects already in development, new ones like the Dynamic Duo and Teen Titans have been announced, while some, like the rumored Clayface movie, is still speculative. Not anymore. It is now no longer speculative. The Clayface movie is definitely happening. It is definitely going down. Dynamic Duo is a Robin and Batman joint. I think. Oh no. Hang on. Why did it do that? When I clicked the fucking link. Well, this is an idiot link right here. Look, Dynamic Duo, and you click it, and it goes here. What's that? That ain't Dynamic Duo. Well, anyway. The Teen Titans movie dynamic duo recently, industry insider Daniel Rickman shared a new set of leaks on his private Patreon, mostly focused on lesser known projects with the DCU. Let's start with the Bane and Deathstroke movie. A few weeks ago, it was announced that DC Studios is working on a live action film featuring these two iconic villains. Script written by Matthew Orton, but no director has been confirmed yet. Details about the movie are scarce, and it's unclear whether it'll be part of the main DCU or set in another cinematic universe like the Bane epic crime saga, the Matt Reeves joint. I mean, what are Bane and Deathstroke doing? How are they getting down? That's a crazy team up.
Even
Two
or if
brilliant
team up,
tacticians.
it may not be a team up
May not be. They may be two brilliant tacticians going head to head. That would be amazing.
because remember, what you call it? Like he was part of the secret military or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Deathstroke.
Yeah, he was not all bad, right?
Yeah, he's not all bad. And then Bane, he's like
He's a villain.
said he's from South American country, right, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it can be something where he's down
He's from
there.
Harlem.
Yeah. So it could be some wild guerrilla paramilitary type deal going down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, possibilities are crazy. They both got their paramilitary. They're man, they're both brilliant. They're both crazy fighters. That's a crazy. I'm like, whoa, like
And
that's a
according
crazy movie right there. I'm telling y'all, man. When I
and
say DC is
according
doing better than is looking better than Marvel, I'm not fucking around. And I'm a Marvel guy.
and according to the DC universe, Deathstroke is supposedly the best hand-to-hand combatant in the DC universe.
He
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
absolutely is, absolutely is. Um, the new Batman the new Batman movie update confirming the DCU's approach to the Dark Knight. They're gonna have its own Batman with the what do you call it, Batman and Robin joint. You have the Batman, the Penguin movie. Now you got the Clayface joint. What we got, the Deathstroke and the Bane. We got uh the James Gunn Batman. And
There's a Penguin movie.
no, the Penguin show.
Okay,
There's
okay.
a Clayface movie. Did I say Penguin movie? My bad. Clayface movie, Penguin show, Batman movie, Bane movie, all that shit. And Gunn said there's no set timeline for anything. The one thing that I've ever tried to make clear to people from the beginning is the way that I hope we are different, and that is everything in DC is going to be based on the writers. Until we have a screenplay that I'm totally happy with, that movie is not going to get made no matter what it is. Words that I'm happy to hear.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. He's in charge and he's showing it. He's like, look, we got to put out the best product.
Right.
The great stories that DC has, we're gonna bring it out in the best way possible, and that's what they need to do, man. Period. I mean, we want comic books on screen. Yeah, they'll have some characters. That's why they created Elseworlds. So that's the more edgy and hard shit. Then you got DCU or have you with the Superman, Batman, Brave and the Bold, and all that.
Right.
Matt Reeves, Batman, the Batman. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
it's just some. They're tapping in on everything, man. They're
Yeah.
making sure all bases are covered, and knowing them, it's like, okay, we got to get everything. Like, we got the hardcore fans, we got the more mature fans, and we
Yeah.
got the kid fans. But check this
Yep.
out. Seems like everybody gonna watch everything anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's better for
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
You
I
know?
mean, I know I am. I know I'm watching all of that shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The announced Batman DCEU movie, the DCU movie, The Brave and the Bold, is still in the script writing stage. We don't know what that's going to be about, but we do know. Well, we know what it's going to be about. We just don't know any details. We know it's going to be a gray and blue suit Batman with Robin, Damian Wayne Robin. In a more comic book style approach to Batman versus what we've had in the past, which has been a more realistic approach to Batman. And again, I'm not even talking about Joel Schumacher. He didn't know which way to go. He didn't know which he went. He went. I don't know what he did. But despite having a director in Andy Muschietti of The Flash, and uh, it could it. I have faith. I think it's going to be decent. And I've been waiting for like a blue and gray suit Batman movie for since fucking the 90s. And but yeah, the movie does not have a director yet attached. Sorry, I mean a writer attached. The director is the Flash dude. Doesn't have a writer attached yet, which fits with the bullpen approach that Gunn and Peter Safran are taking. That's just kind of how they're doing it, you know. And as soon as they took over, Gunn and Safran put together a writers' room that includes Drew Goddard, who did The Cabin in the Woods, Christina Hodson, who did Birds of Prey, Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, Jeremy Carver, who did Doom Patrol, Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and comic book writer Tom King, who did the Supergirl and Batman runs that were phenomenal. And he's doing the Supergirl joint, and it was his Supergirl story, his Supergirl comic. Like, come on, bro. Guys, let me.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Keep going.
But,
sorry.
I was just gonna say the reason that as a comic book fan, I care if movies are comic accurate. It's not no weird. It's simple. Comics are fucking written well. They're written better than most Hollywood bullshit cookie cutter movie formats. And that's why I want them adapted, because it's better. It's just fucking better. It's just like a novel. When they adapt novels, they're always the best movies. If you Google movies that are based on books, look at the movies, bro. Those are classics. Those are the best movies.
Yeah.
So, fuck out of here. That's why.
I wonder if they're gonna revisit Batwoman, or just forget it and call it Batgirl. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if they're going to do that, because I think that
there is both a Batwoman and a Batgirl in DC.
Yeah, but right? I mean, you know, the Batwoman could be the more extreme.
Yeah, or I don't know. I forget who's who. What the difference in them is.
One is
well, you know,
not off top, bro. Well, I think one is Barbara Gordon and one is a adopted kid or something, like kind of like Bruce Wayne or
yeah,
you know, I think it's that
family.
Yeah. That's a
Stu. Yeah, you waiting on the Batman? Yeah, the Batwoman movie.
Yeah, what's the difference? I know, Stu.
Batwoman and Batgirl.
The difference is Batwoman is a separate entity from Batgirl. Batgirl is a sidekick, and Batwoman is like Batman, but she's a woman. So she's rich, like she's a female version of Bruce Wayne. She's rich and all of that. She has money, cars, a mansion, the whole nine yards.
Makes sense, right? Makes sense.
There is a twist on Batwoman. Originally Kate Kane. Like, yeah, Bruce Wayne, Kate Kane, is that she's gay.
Right.
Yeah, we know about
that. Because she's never, because people want her to be with get with Batman, but she never did. You know, right. So the thing.
That's why they'll probably do something with her.
Yeah, she I've never read any Batwoman comics. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've read like stories.
What was the movie you wanted to see real bad?
Oh, the Batgirl movie.
Batgirl.
The one that did. Yeah, Batgirl movie. I'm gonna see that movie. Somebody, somewhere, somehow.
I need to leak that movie. Kick some ass.
Yeah, I want to see that, man. I want to see that. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna see that. I'm definitely gonna see that.
Because if you think about it, you look at the Nolan Batman and you see Barbara Gordon there, like
right,
you know, the little Barbara Gordon, like, yo, that's Batgirl.
Batgirl, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah. And at this point, Gunn and Muschietti haven't revealed which specific writers are going to be doing the Brave and the Bold movie. But they have pointed out to the movie's origins. They're saying that they're basing it on the Grant Morrison's run from the 2000s, which developed Damian Wayne, son of Bruce Wayne, and Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's daughter, granddaughter, whatever. And so Brave and the Bold will be the first time that Robin has appeared in live action since the ill-fated Joel Schumacher movies of the 90s, which
Yeah.
only intensifies expectations, but it's not gonna be like a grown-up Robin like it was in that movie. He's gonna be a younger Robin. Damian Wayne is the youngest Robin, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
He's the youngest Robin. So yeah, he'll be a kid, and Gunn isn't wavering from his story first approach, which he believes is already yielding compelling projects, and I do too. And that's what I am, have been waiting for. And that's all anyone has been complaining about. And I think he's been listening. He's a fan. He's a comic dude. He posts Instagram pictures of him in comic shops, like, and shit. Like, and I was just like, that's just cool. He's just in the comic shop reading and shit, buying shit. Like, that's dope. You're not going to see Kathleen Kennedy in a comic shop. You're not going to see Leslie Headland in a comic shop. You're not going to see fucking none of these people in comic stores. So, you're not going to see Kevin Feige in a comic shop. Like, these people are not us.
Exactly.
Gunn is one of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what's dope. And he our biggest complaint is always the writing. It's not the content. It's not female characters, gay people, people of color, diversity. None of that is a problem. Welcome all that. Just please fucking don't negate the writing.
Yeah.
For that. And that's the whole thing. But we've been
agenda.
Yeah, right. Well, when you're more focused on those political things than the writing of the good story, it shows. It shows. And I think, you might get hella ticket sales, but the loyalty isn't going to be there. Like, fans aren't going to be coming back to see it again. They're not going to be buying merch of it. Like, all that shit. Like, all these movies that they've done, they're not selling hella of the Marvel action figures and hella the Eternals action figures. That shit sat on shelves.
Yeah, still sitting on shelves.
Still sitting there. So nobody.
Most of the female figures they made is in the alleys, sitting.
And shouldn't be, because if they were written well, they wouldn't be.
No, they wouldn't.
Because female figures, I have a bunch of them. Some of the female figures have the coolest detail. They look the best. They're sculpted the coolest. Like, I love the female figures. So if it's a good character, we're buying them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gunn said, he said, we have really been fortunate with some screenplays. He said Supergirl came in and just wow. Anna Nagoria did such an amazing job. The Lanterns show pilot came in, and now the whole Lantern series came in, and it's like, wow, that's wonderful, wonderful work. In fact, he's so excited about this process that he's applying it to some of the secret projects. He said there are a couple of other things that people don't know about. There are a couple of movies and TV shows that are greenlit or near greenlit, but it's going to be based always on the story, because at the end of the day, if we're happy with the story that we're telling, that's what matters most. He said, and once Brave and the Bold gets to that point, then we'll make that movie. And that's really all it is. End quote. You can't argue with that. You can't be mad at that.
And not at all, man. I'm just looking forward to it all. Just want to see the vision. I just want to see his interpretations and other people he hires, because it's still his reputation, regardless of who directs, who writes. It's his reputation and his leadership. So with that being said, he's going to make sure that everything's top notch. He's not going to release it. It's not top notch. It got to go past through him anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the cool thing about it, because he has a certain eye. He won't press or overuse his authority and ability, but he'll guide whoever he got under him as far as who he hires. I think he's going to guide them in a way to where, look, we need this whole universe that we're doing for this DCU.
Right.
We need this cohesiveness, some sort of cohesiveness. So therefore, we got to be on the same page about characters, even the lighting. I think he's going to do it in a way we'll think it's one whole gigantic movie. We won't see weird things pop up where, okay, this is this or this is that. You know what I mean? Like Marvel, you've seen the change in the frequency.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
after Endgame, shit went crazy.
Yeah.
Taiki Wati, whatever his name,
Yeah.
Taiko.
Yeah. Taika Waititi. Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to do things to
Love
emulate
the Thunder.
Gunn because Gunn left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to emulate him. And he's trying to be the new Gunn, and
Yep.
it failed miserably. You
Yep.
know,
That's exactly what he did, bro. Yep.
I mean, the only thing he did, what the first Thor movie he did, what right? He did that.
Mhm.
That was
Ragnarok
the
was
Ragnarok.
okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, I was like that made me think Love and Thunder was gonna be phenomenal. I was so excited for Love and Thunder, man. I thought it was gonna be a Beta Ray Bill movie, like it was supposed to
Yeah.
be dope. It ended up being just some whack hodgepodge of nonsense bullshit. I
Yeah.
couldn't get. I watched. Swear to God, I've watched 20 minutes of that movie. I couldn't get past 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes, I was like, "This
Nah.
is I'm not wasting the rest of my time, bro. I'm not. This is fucking horrible."
Yeah, I still haven't seen it fully my damn self. And at the same time, like the Ragnarok was off the heels of the end game, if I'm correct, right? Or
Yeah.
was it? Yeah,
No,
it
it was before
yeah,
Endgame, but it was, yeah,
yeah, it was after Infinity, right? No,
I believe so. Hold on,
yeah,
yeah.
no,
I think
no.
it was let me see.
Hold on, what's it before? Because was the Hulk? No, it was after the Infinity.
Yeah, I think so. It was after Infinity, before Endgame.
Yeah, no, hold on. Yeah, you're right. Because he chopped his hair off. Because in the Infinity,
Mm,
he had his hair.
okay, Infinity came out 2020, April 22nd, 2019. Endgame did, rather. Sorry, Endgame did, and Ragnarok released on. No, that's not. I'm talking about the Marvel joint. They want to give me God of War.
Mhm.
All right, Ragnarok came out in this 2017, so it came out before Endgame.
Oh,
2 years before Endgame, yeah.
yeah, but was before Infinity War,
Infinity
right?
War. Infinity War came out in 2018, so it was before Infinity War too.
Oh, okay. So hold on.
It went Ragnarok, Infinity War, Endgame.
Okay, yeah, because that's how the Hulk came back and came down. All right, yeah. Now I get it. I get it.
Mm, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was a good movie. It
yeah,
led to something big,
yeah,
the big payoff, and then after that became chaos.
yeah,
DC is going to have payoffs throughout, regardless of what it is.
yeah.
I
Well, Gunn, one of the things, one of these users on Threads, he said, he was kind of frustrated and he was asking, he said, James, why are you overlooking origin stories? Those make us connect with the characters, well, at emotional level. And which is bullshit. We fucking seen a million origin stories. Stop
I
it. It's not superhero fatigue. It's fucking origin story fatigue, and
Fatigue.
and
Yeah.
and the same movie fatigue. But he Gunn said, he answered, he said, I'm not telling Batman and Superman's origin stories again because everyone knows them. Gunn is of course correct because Batman's origin's been done several times in big budget films, as has Superman's.
yeah,
Also, both heroes have had their origins concluded in television as well, Gotham and Smallville, respectively. So audiences well know the characters, and it's Superman and Batman. Like, relax, bro. And then, you know, I think, the Marvel cinematic universe mostly took its approach with Spider-Man.
mhm,
That same approach, rather. Tom Holland's Peter Parker was at the start of his career in heroism when he first showed up in Captain America Civil War in 2016.
yeah,
Then the first and second installments in the MCU Spider-Man film series didn't touch his origin, didn't talk about it. So Holland's take on the character is beloved by fans. People know Spider-Man's origin well enough. They didn't need it again, proving that the backstory does not have to be shown just because it's a fucking superhero. Especially when it's a well-known, iconic character like that. And both Batman and Superman are definitely at the same level of status as Spider-Man. And as such, showing young Clark Kent discovering his powers isn't essential to a good Superman film.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And just like Matt Reeves' Batman, like we didn't need the fucking origin again. We know who Batman the fuck is and how he became Batman. We all know it. And if you don't know it yet, there's 10 movies you can go watch to see it.
Not even 10 movies. They're comic books you can just read, because the core audience for all of this are really comic book readers. I mean, you have your commercial people who latch on after.
I mean, for the casual audiences.
That's what I mean. You have those who latch on, but at the same time, like if you're gonna if there's somebody on the planet that don't know who Batman is, I feel sorry for them.
Right.
Really
and Gunn did not say that no heroes in the DCU will have their origins on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's going to be a lot of lesser known characters that he's going to have, and he does plan to give some bit of origin for those characters. So it's not like he's just origin stories. No, he's just like, not for fucking Superman and Batman. Not again. Come on. And thank you.
But they're also okay. Like they did the Wonder Woman. They did all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those are the main three in the DC, the trilogy, supposedly.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get a prequel to Wonder Woman's.
Yeah. So but it shouldn't be a trilogy because you still have to add the Flash and Green Lantern, and we know their origins too.
Yeah. Well, for example, Aaron Pierre's John Stewart is a younger Green Lantern in the Lantern show, so his history would make sense to show. Exactly. At this stage, it would be difficult to gauge how the DCU is going to handle those lesser known characters, but I think fast forwarding to the interesting parts of Batman and Superman stories is definitely the right move. Definitely the right move.
Yeah.
I think they need to show more of or do bigger movies for these other heroes like Green Lantern, Flash, Robin, Nightwing, even Batgirl. I mean, we always get they're gonna always make a Wonder Woman movie, a Superman or a Batman movie, and those are the big three for the whole DC franchise. That when you think of DC, you think of those heroes. But I think that they could do takes on Martian Manhunter. They could do takes on Red Tornado. I mean, there are fans of those movies that would go out and be like, yo, I want to see that Red Tornado movie. You know, Aquaman was Aquaman did so well because it was a fresh thing. And it is one of the bigger characters in DC, but not the big three. But he is part of the big three, but not really. But he is one of the bigger characters. Everybody knows, right? Everybody knows who Aquaman is if you read DC Comics.
Well,
that was good for them.
He was always looked at as the
corny one.
They always made fun of Aquaman.
Corny one, yeah.
But you could have,
even though look hardcore,
and that's all you need. That's all you need. Same thing with Flash. Like you could do Flash, Aquaman, and Green Lantern. You don't really have to do Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. You could do them three alone and make them team up. You can do them three alone and have a good run.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I just want to see a theatric version of Gorilla Grodd. And, like villains, we also got to think about not your normal same villains. Give me a Grodd. Give me.
Well, especially for Flash, like you named Grodd, like
love Grodd.
In a Flash movie, if we get any DCU Flash, I hope that his villain is not a speedster.
They had to do Captain Cold. Yeah, they had to do
Cold. I hope he's not a speedster. I don't want like in the Flash show. It's just speedster after speedster after speedster. He's just fighting other speedsters. Like that's fucking lame. Like let's see him fight someone else that's not a speedster.
He had Grodd in the TV show, but they could have expounded on him. Like Grodd got what he's
and Captain Cold too.
Yeah, he's one of the smartest.
And they had Heatwave
universe.
And then they had
even glider beings on the planet. Yeah, Grodd. Yeah.
So I'm like, he's a genius. He controls other primates, and they do his bidding, and he's out to control the minds of the humans. I'm like, yo, that's my dude. Like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
he's yeah. That's a highly underrated villain that would especially with the Planet of the Apes movies, they could do a dope Gorilla Grodd with the special effects from that
Hell
shit, dog.
yeah, be awesome. Then you
Don't
then
forget. Well, don't forget. Well, there's a couple of gorillas in the. You got a whole gorilla city. People forgot about that.
Right.
And
yeah,
it's pretty much like Wakanda. It's got like you can't find it. It's under like an invisible, impenetrable shield. Don't forget you got Mansoor Mala.
Monster Mouth.
Uh, you got Ultra Human Knight. Ultra Human Knight was dope.
Mm.
That's actually I think Ultra Human Knight is a Flash villain too. I
Yeah,
mean, there's a couple gorillas and you got Sullivor, and they're all from Gorilla, but most of them are from Gorilla City. But I don't know, you could actually do just a whole Gorilla City movie. To be honest with you, bro, like, you could
You
just
know,
do a whole movie with
yeah.
Gorilla City.
The Slade said if you read these young whippersnappers have a kryptonite and it's books. A lot of kids though, this Gen Z, they read manga. And
yeah,
manga, they read it voraciously, and manga's a thick read and there's no color. So
yeah.
I
Nah, it
respect
ain't
them
no
for that.
color. Yeah,
I respect them for
yeah,
that. I
yeah.
do.
Ain't
Like
no
my
color.
son, he got
And
a crazy
yeah,
manga collection. He don't read comics.
yeah.
He read
Yeah,
tons of
they do
manga.
read manga.
They
Yeah, they
do.
do read manga. Even now Slade, I'm gonna keep it a buck. And I'm with you with them. I'm young with you with these young Thundercats. But my sons read manga. They do. I will give them credit for that. Yeah, yeah. They when my sons were little, they read a lot of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
What's the one that's on Netflix? Baki or whatever. They read that.
Yeah, Baki.
And then you
They
have
read Baki.
Attack on Titan,
They
Yeah,
read
yeah.
that.
My
Yeah, they
Hero
were reading those.
Academia,
Yeah,
Tokyo
My Hero
Ghoul.
Academia. They were
Tokyo.
reading
That's
that.
one of the
Yeah,
best.
they were tearing
Cerberus,
those up.
weird shit. Yeah, there's all kinds of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and my
Nope.
sons were getting them digitally somehow. I mean, in the '90s, you were able to get them digitally, and they were reading them,
Hmm.
or just trading them with each other. I
Yeah,
mean, at least they're reading. I don't care what they read, long as they read. They
yeah,
can understand what they read.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It says Gunn said he described the upcoming Superman movie as relatively serious and pretty family friendly. And that's how Superman movie should be, you
Hmm.
know? And this he said blah blah blah. We have something that's relatively serious like Superman and something that's relatively comedic like Peacemaker all in the same universe, or something very adult like Peacemaker and something pretty family friendly like Superman.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's dig it.
I just need him to do with Superman, if he's doing the trilogy aspect, or if he's gonna go into Elseworld Superman, because we
Right.
need we need that Elseworld Superman now. We really do.
I want to see
We
absolute
got one.
Superman.
We got
Yeah.
one. Lois and Clark. We got one. Lois and Clark.
Well,
A
that's
movie
TV.
though. Yeah, a movie though.
I mean, I know we
I,
started off having that. Sorry.
if we, yeah, if they do an Elseworld Superman, you got to do Val's Odd. I don't care what
Outside.
nobody thinks. Yeah, you
Mm.
Yeah.
got to do Val's Odd,
Yeah,
bro.
that yeah.
You would do everybody in the
They
world a
would too.
disservice
Yeah.
if you didn't do Val's Odd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Let's.
would. That's something they would do too. So that's a hopeful. Yeah,
I'm gonna
that could
keep that. I'm
happen.
gonna keep that a buck. I'm gonna say
That
that
would
live
be
on air. Yeah, I'm
hell
gonna
yeah.
keep that a buck. Yeah, you
Yeah.
doing the whole world a disservice. You do anything other than Val's Eye because
Yeah.
the character is dope. He's got a good following. He's just as popular as Superman from Earth One,
Yeah.
He's
but
from
they
Earth
just
3, right?
he is. I think he is from Earth Three,
Earth
but
23.
something like that. He's from Earth.
You know
He
what
is
I
an
would love to
Elseworld.
see? I would love to see a fucking live
He's from Earth
action,
Two.
a
He's
live
from
action
Earth Two because
uh Ultraman. What's the Justice League
Ultraman and them
Mafia?
are they're
Kid,
from
right? Not
yeah
the
the they're from Earth Three. They're from Earth Three.
Earth 3. Yeah.
Uh,
That's Earth 3.
The Syndicate is from Earth Three.
Syndicate. I
They're
want to
from
see a
Earth Three.
Syndicate
Yeah, they're
live
from Earth
action
Three.
Syndicate movie. That's an
Ooh,
That'd be dope
Elseworlds
too.
movie.
That'd be
yeah.
dope too. That'd
Movie.
be a dope Elseworld movie too. And you could
That's
have
a
the heroes fight. You didn't even got to put Earth One God. You could just show how they took over Earth Three. You can just show how
yes.
they wiped
That's
out
what
all
I'm
the
talking
heroes.
about.
Yeah, that'd be dope, bro.
But what if they
Man.
did it in a way where, okay, yeah, they took off, but see, you know how the movies will do it. They have to have a hero.
Right.
So it'd be in a sense they'll start off with all of them being the villains and how they took over until a bigger villain comes in. And that bigger villain could be Dark Side or
Right.
something like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like of that stature that want to take over
Hell yeah.
their planet, and even though they're criminals, they still gotta defend it.
Well, we definitely need a dark side, a live action dark side to really
Yeah.
like not just sitting in a chair, Thanos after credit scene style, but actually walking around, talking, doing shit, having a real role in the movie.
Or or
Dark side.
or dismantle that whole idea and just do new gods.
Yeah. That's a whole
That'd be
Elseworlds movie right there.
That's a whole Elseworlds movie right there with the battle
New
between
God.
New Genesis and Apocalypse. That's
Yeah,
a
Yeah.
whole
Orion,
yeah,
fucking
Sick.
yeah.
uh
Ryan, Mr. Sinister. I mean, not Mr. Sinister, Mr. Terrific,
Terrific.
Barda, and all of them. Calabec. Listen,
Caliban.
that's a whole another movie, bro.
He
Because
made
that right there is a whole rich story. Because you talk about how they stopped the war between them two by trading babies, and
it.
Orion was raised on New Genesis instead of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
You know,
And I want to see
so it's
The Jack Kirby art motif with the title and all of that. Like
Yes.
that would
yeah.
be sick.
Jack Kirby, man.
That would be sick.
Yeah, that'd be so dope.
Let's see
So
what Gunn's talking about.
Something very adult like Peacemaker, something very family, pretty family friendly like Superman.
See now you see that way the way he said pretty family friendly like Superman. He's basically like the way I felt that he said it was like it ain't rated G. It's
Mm.
family friendly, but it ain't like G rated. Like it's family friendly.
Like
Tongue
Peacemaker, something
and when he says family friendly, you got to look at today's family structure too.
He's like
It's like
pretty family
everybody
friendly.
has that uncle or cousin or whatever that speak them and don't give a fuck. They had dick
Oh
jokes.
yeah.
Thing. Like you're gonna have that in family. Like these kids these days heard it all already. They
Mhm.
know. I mean, with the advent of internet,
Yeah.
they know it all. They seen it all. They heard it all in cartoons, movies, what have you. So, is why are we censoring?
I,
Uh,
I I I can answer that. I can answer that question for you.
Help
Um,
me out.
I can definitely answer that question for you. If you go back, I think it was a year ago, Disney put out a movie with a character, a little boy who was openly gay. Um, Parents took their kids to see this movie, uh, and ultimately walked out and were outraged. That's not kid friendly
oh, you're
because you
talking about
can't take your
that
kids to the
cartoon.
movies to see. Yeah, so like if he's saying family friendly, he's just telling you like there's gonna be no sexuality in the movie where we're because every movie we got, every TV show, they
Yeah.
present it in some way, they sneak it in there some way. And believe it or not, we don't mind. We have nothing
Well,
against nobody in the world has nothing against
that's
anybody
why
gay.
that might be
But
why
you gotta say,
he said very pretty family friendly. So it might be something in there because he's saying it ain't totally family friendly. So what you're saying is true, Stu. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, because that movie and Disney didn't tell anybody. That was the crazy part. Um,
Oh,
they
yeah.
didn't tell anybody.
What was
Yeah,
that
Strange
movie?
World was what Strange World. Strange World.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't tell anybody. They released it. They put it out. Parents went to
Acting
see
like
it,
it was normal, like not
and
gonna be
and they
nothing.
walked out. They literally walked out. Strange World was probably one of the worst movies Disney released, cartoon wise, in the history of the whole company. Um, it was a
Because they
gamble and
were
it was a
yeah,
risk,
because they
but it was a
weren't
risk that
upfront.
yeah, they weren't upfront. It was a risk that I think they should have let everybody be aware of and let people make their own decision. And me personally, I think it was a risk. Me as the company head, I wouldn't have took that risk.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just you can't do that to kids. Parents want to take their kids to see Disney movies. I mean, we've all done it, all three of us, taking our children to see Disney movies, and we just wanted to be kids. I
Yeah,
don't, I don't want, I don't want my kids to have to, judge between, this, that. Just let them be kids. That's all. That's all we
But
have.
then on the flip side, those same, you know, some of the parents are taking them to see the Deadpool movie.
Yeah,
And
you
then
know,
there's
in
another
the
movie.
rated R
So now
movie.
you get right now you got the flip side. You got so
Yeah.
between Deadpool and Strange World, I get what he's saying about because Hollywood goes they either go far left or far right with it all the time. It's
Mhm.
there used to be balance. We used to have rated G movies and they were fun to watch.
Yeah.
If you watch Never Ending Story, that's a fun kid movie to watch. I mean,
Yeah,
when I was a kid, Goonies, very fun kid movie to watch. Still holds up to this day.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Time Bandits.
Like Peacemaker, something very
Uh,
pretty family
So
friendly.
all our movies in the '80s, practically, like you had Indiana Jones, Star Wars, all that stuff. E.T. You had a Poltergeist, a horror movie, but still, you know what I'm saying?
hmm
Wild
Poltergeist 2.
subject matter, but we watched it as kids.
yeah,
For DC in general with animated projects, we're doing all sorts of different things. I mean, we're creating something like Creature Commandos, which is more adult animation, and then we're creating some other things that are a little bit, some things that are for children and different, putting the characters, being able to, see different sides of these characters for all sorts of different audiences is fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have been
And we see Superman, the other Creature Commandos have completely, they're all,
next Disney.
that's right, it's completely, they're all one after the other. Creature Commandos happens, and we see Superman, which is mostly connected through the character of Rick Flag, who goes on to bigger prominence. He gets, has bigger prominence in Superman, and then he's an incredibly important part of Peacemaker season 2. Might see more of him someday. You never know. You never know.
I sure hope so. At least in some flashbacks or something.
Yeah. Really, just I bring the same.
More of them.
I think for me, it was really just, I bring the same thing to every project. It's just a sense of playfulness and having fun. I think, as I've gotten older and more experienced, I realize that when I'm just being creative and having a good time and writing stories that I enjoy, the audience generally enjoys those as well. So I was
Boom.
Peter Girardi from Warner Brothers Animation came.
That's what I'm talking about. If a comic fan likes it,
try something with that. The idea of being able to do something really big and gutsy with characters that people didn't know, which you can afford to do with animation and not in live action. And I thought Commandos were a perfect form for that.
Yeah.
What I love about DC Comics is that I've always been able to tell different stories in different ways. They've told stories that were more family-oriented, stories that were more adult-oriented, dark stories, light stories. And I think for us, we just want to tell a bunch of different stories. A lot of those different stories are going to be in the DCU. So we have, something that's relatively serious like Superman, and then something that's relatively comedic like Peacemaker, all in the same universe. Something very adult like Peacemaker, something very family, pretty family friendly like Superman. But it's, I think that to be able to tell different types of stories is kind of what makes things fun. And one of the things that I've gotten a little sick of is all these stories pretty family friendly like Superman, and very family, pretty family friendly like Superman. But it's, I think that to be able to tell different types of stories is kind of what makes things fun. And one of the things that I've gotten a little sick of is all these stories being relatively the same. And I'm trying to step outside of that. We at DC are trying to step outside of that and bring people like Dean in to bring his voices.
see, trying to step outside that same cookie cutter movie that we keep seeing, the same origin story, the same movie that Marvel keeps making over and over and over and over a fucking again. And that's why people think that they're getting superhero fatigue. That's a stupid comment because superheroes have been permeated throughout movies since the silent era.
60s. Since the 60s.
Since the silent era,
back.
since the 20s.
And back. Yeah, since the 60s and back. Since movies been made, actually. Because Zorro was in black and white and had no sound. Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. And so it's not the superhero that's you're fatigued with, it's the format of that same movie they keep making over and over. And that's all he's saying. With main big characters like that, we don't have to see their origin stories again. And I'm glad that someone's finally got the balls to say that and do that. Hollywood's always scared to do that. They think they gotta do it.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Well,
It's just like
it's the easiest route to take because it's been done, and
right, and they know it works sometimes.
Yeah, they feel that we throw up the big bat poster or Superman poster or Wonder Woman symbol, people will get intrigued and still they look for that first week's box office numbers, and then after that they could trail off. As long as they hit a bang the first week of opening of release, that's what they want. They want that. All right, we paid 300 million to make it. We made 8.
Right.
That's a great, because everything after that is now creeping into
Profit.
the billion. Yeah. So it's like that's what they want, man. That's what they want. And they don't care because they operate it like a business. He's operating as a fan.
Right. Exactly. He's
see,
looking at it from the aspect of how a fan is seeing it.
Yep. And Marvel's operating like a business. And that's the difference.
That's one of the big differences, dog. And it's gonna come across in the movies.
Yeah.
And with just a couple days to go until Creature Commandos premieres rather. The Peacemaker season 2 coming on in 2025. After that, August. Then you have the DC show Lanterns, which I'm really excited for, which is the DCU's Green Lantern focused series. And that project has made a lot of progress over the last few months, including casting Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan, hiring Aaron Pierre to play John Stewart, and writer Tom King. Can't say much about the versions of these versions of those characters, but what he did have to say about them is dope. King, who has an extensive catalog of DC comics that he's written under his wing, under his belt, and was once working on the scanned New Gods movie that they were gonna do with filmmaker Ava DuVernay, which is a weird filmmaker, I think, to do a superhero movie, but who knows? Maybe, she can do something because she's a great filmmaker, but like mostly for like documentaries and shit.
Yeah.
She did Selma, I guess, but writing Lanterns with Watchmen's Damon Lindelof and Ozark's Chris Mundy, those are two heavy hitter writers right there that have done some really dope like crime, series, and Lanterns is going to be a crime series, so that's dope. And so what Tom King had to say, excuse me, about that, he said, I would say I'm over the moon, but that's not far enough for a Lantern. I guess I'm over Oa. That's pretty far. You should see these two together. They have an amazing chemistry, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm not allowed to say anything except that I can say it's awesome. We've got a perfect cast. When you look at Kyle and you see someone who used to fly jet planes and embodies Hal, when you look at Aaron, his heart, his soul, his strength are so John Stewart. He's so perfect. It's going to be great.
Nice.
So yeah,
that's a mouthful.
It is
a lot.
It's a lot, and I was already happy when I heard that, the casting, who they were going to be, and that it was based on a, True Detectives type of show. But yeah, to hear Tom King say, how well the chemistry between the two actors is and how that's looking, and I think it's a good sign, man. And I'm still a little concerned that these are the only 2 established characters that have been announced for Lanterns, because I think, a Lantern show with only 2 Lanterns or only 2 characters from the Green Lantern mythos does not sound like James Gunn to me. So I'm expecting to see a lot of other Lanterns besides those 2. Definitely, maybe even some Lantern villains, of course. Maybe, Sinestro, something like that. Somebody else has got to be at least mentioned, if not cameoed. But there is this dark entity that they're hunting on Earth, which could be anything and anyone. But Tom King's comments strengthen that belief, making me all the more eager to see the footage of these characters in action. So the
it'd be cool
investigating murder. Sorry, go ahead.
I said the Blackest Night would be a great type just to do. That's the thing that's stretching across the earth.
That would be that would be sick. That would be so fitting too. Blackest Night would definitely work in a True Detective type of show, and
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Damn.
they'll be the two protectors of Sector 2814 investigating murder in the American heartland. This mystery will lead into the DC Universe's main storyline. Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre are joined by Kelly McDonald, which is one person we know who's and Garrett Dillahunt and Purna Jagannathan. And filming is expected to take place in Atlanta from next January to June. And James Gunn, who co-runs DC with Peter Safran, has said it will be released sometime in 2026. So long ways to go before we're going to see this show, apparently. But just like the upcoming DC movie Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, you know, that's way out there, but we know it's coming and we know it's going to be dope. But
Yeah, before you know it.
yeah,
Remember when they
but like
remember
my
when they
thing is
said
those two,
Flash? Remember when it was like 2015 or something like that when they
yeah,
announced Flash and all of
Yeah.
those movies, Green Lantern. But I mean, they did all of them. I mean, who's to say they were the greatest movies, but they did do them.
my
Yeah.
thing is, are we going to be able to keep talking about this show and this movie until 2026? Like on this show, like we can't keep talking about, hey, they're doing the Green Lantern show. Hey guys, they're doing a fucking Wonder Woman movie. It's like, yeah, we heard about that 2 years ago. It's like they gotta give us something new, you know?
Well, not necessarily new. It's just updates. Period. Not schedule updates, but just say, hey, we're
Yeah.
still working. Boom.
Right.
Like,
No, as developments come along,
like
we'll update it, but
yeah.
how many
I would
developments can
something
happen?
where there was like how
Still
you
working on it.
I would
Yeah.
market it in a way to where, okay, we're getting closer to the movie. Let me put an ad in with two
Yeah.
lantern rings as a spot. You know what I'm saying? And then leave it
Yeah.
alone for the next 5 months. Yo, what
Right.
happened with the lantern rings and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, now
Yeah.
we got the galaxy with a green mist in it, or whatever the hell. I'll do subliminal booms here. That's how they should market. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to tell anybody straight out, yo, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're showing this. Nah, I'm giving you
Right.
breadcrumbs. That's what I'm gonna give you. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah. That's all you need.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean they've teamed up in animation and in comics, so it's more of like a mentor mentee situation. Hal is more of the old seasoned old guy, and John is the new young guy, and on the rookie on the force kind of thing.
Yeah. That's gonna be dope, man.
Yeah, I mean you can't. And then this isn't DC, but it's just as dope and important to our generation. But they're doing a live action Voltron joint.
About time.
You know?
Remember this was like I remember when
Henry Cavill's in it.
when Pharrell wanted to do the Voltron. He was interested in helping finance and doing a Voltron movie because he was always saying, "Yo, I want to see Voltron live action. We got Transformers. Let's do Voltron. We need the lions." I was like, "Yes,
Yes.
you know what I mean." Now, finally, yes.
Yep, we got the live action Voltron movie officially revealed. The next generation of characters. Henry Cavill is in there. It's gonna be dope, man. They got it says I know.
He can't play because remember Voltron, they were young kids.
Right, he's got to be one of the like OGs, like one of their bosses or something, right?
No. Keith was the oldest one.
Oh, he was an older man.
And Sven, Keith and Sven were older. The other ones were.
It wasn't like in their 30s. They were like
20,
22.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm talking in that range. I'm talking about from 16 and
Cavill's like 40 something, right?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
man, listen, I don't know, man, because I would say that Keith and Lance were older than the rest of them. But if you look at Legendary Defender, they made them younger. but Keith was still older than the rest of them. He was the only one that was still older
He was
than the rest of them.
yeah, he was older,
Yeah.
but I think you know
But
you
don't
can
they
I don't
have
think he
like
was in
a
his
boss?
20s.
Didn't
Yeah,
they
I
have
don't think
like
he was
a
in his
boss?
20s.
Like
What do you mean?
didn't they have like a higher ranking boss or someone that they answer to?
well the kingdom, you know, the queen, the princesses, the kingdom with the general that they
Right,
were.
the general. That's what I'm talking about. The
Yeah,
general.
yeah. So I
Oh,
Can
you
he
think
talking
play the
about
general or the king or
he
some shit?
could.
He
He
could play
might
the
play
general.
Zarkon. Or he might play
that's
he might
A
play
what
villain.
Zarkon.
Yeah, he
it's
could play
like.
a villain.
Yeah, I would
He
love
could
for
play a
him to
villain.
play a villain.
Yeah,
Yes,
he does a
he
good.
needs to.
He does
I
a
mean,
good.
because he plays a villain well now. Don't get me wrong.
No, he does. He
You
definitely
know,
does.
in 007, he was
Right,
dope. I was
right.
like, yo, this is my dude. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah,
Like,
bro.
You know?
And in The Witcher, he ain't no joke either.
Exactly. So
He really. It says Amazon MGM Studios has confirmed the cast for the upcoming live Voltron movie. This cast will make up the new generation of characters, including Henry Cavill, Sterling K. Brown, Rita Ora, John Kim, Daniel Quinn Toye, Alba Baptista, Samson Ko, and Therania. Therania Theran. And it says it has yet to be revealed who the actors will be playing in the movie, but it's likely that the 5 younger actors on the list will be the ones serving as the main pilots for the 5 lions that form Voltron itself. Yeah, so you got these are
these are the
these are the young lions, right? And then these are the OGs.
Yeah. You got the
Um,
princess. Yeah. It's gonna be sick.
Yep, Sterling Brown.
but
I know him too.
this is what I see.
That's
You got
gonna
to
be
have
wicked.
at least one older person
That's
being,
gonna be
because if you
wicked.
watch the cartoon,
Yeah.
I
the
think
Black
I think
Lions
the
lead,
Asian guy is
and he
the
was
older
always the
guy.
oldest one. He's always the older one, and then you
Oh,
had
he
the younger
does
ones.
look
They were
older.
younger, and
Yeah.
then you got to remember too, the princess was not originally a lion paladin. She wasn't originally a paladin.
She
What was
wasn't.
it, Svendai or whatever his name was? And then
Yeah.
in the cartoon,
Mhm.
Sven
Yeah.
died, and then she took his place. When
Yeah.
Sven died,
Dude, I
she
don't
had to
remember
take his
none of
place
this.
being the Blue Line. Yeah, bro, she drove the Blue Line after he died.
Yeah. Boom.
So,
Yo.
are they gonna go with? Are they gonna go before Sven or after Sven when they do this movie?
Well,
Well,
they may make
Knowing this movie,
it
they're gonna character swap. Yeah, I think they're gonna character swap. It's gonna be 2 female paladin lion drivers, and
yeah, it's gonna be 2
and 3
females and 3
males.
males. You can see
Yeah,
that.
which it shouldn't
It's
be.
these 2
Right, which it
females
shouldn't
and these
be.
3 guys.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, which it
which
shouldn't
makes sense.
be. It should
You got
be.
the black guy, the
It
white
should
guy,
be.
the Asian guy. You got the Asian woman here. You got the white woman here, and then those are your lions right there. The black guy or the Asian guy is the oldest one here, obviously. The Asian guy looks the oldest, but
Yeah.
black dude's, he could be the oldest too. The black dude's kind of
No,
got an older, he got an older look too.
the kid with the blue eyes is definitely Green Lion.
The kid,
Yeah, he's definitely Green
and
Lion.
she looks really young too.
Yeah.
It says the movie's being directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber, and a script he wrote with Ellen Shanman, who previously talked about the film. Thurber said, "I want to make sure that we stay true to the heart and the spirit of Voltron. In this film, we're going to be introducing an entirely new generation of pilots." Oh, so it's not going to be the same
So
name.
it ain't gonna be the same
It's
Voltron.
going to be based off the newer Voltron a little bit. Off the new one, Netflix.
Man, that pisses me off. That means Voltron ain't gonna look like this, y'all.
No,
He's not at all.
No.
Fuck.
No.
Oh man, I don't even care no more, bro.
You never know, cause look,
Man, it's gonna be Michael Bay all over again, man.
They gotta attract the people that are
Michael Bay all over again.
Look, but they gotta still attract the people that know Voltron. They can't just say, "Yo, we're doing Voltron" and give you some, unless they do
I
the
won't
car
put it past them, bro.
If they do the vehicle one,
they're doing the Lions one.
I don't know.
They said they were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they need to do the cars. They need to
They
do the cars. Just do the vehicles.
Come on, you got to do Lions, bro. Come on.
Yeah, you got to do the Lions, but I think they're gonna
Please,
show
please.
you Voltron how he looks, because if you give us Voltron that don't look like a Voltron, you done fucked up.
I think it's gonna end up looking be like how Michael Bay Transformers didn't look like Transformers.
Yeah, but people were
Right.
still feeding them for a
Yeah, people were cool, but people still wanted that OG look, and that's why the Bumblebee movie did so well, and that's why
So
people wanted that shit. So yeah, hopefully they're smart enough, but
with the
Hollywood ain't
Transformers, you can recognize Optimus and Bumblebee. You know what I'm saying, for what they were.
you can
That
recognize
was the
them,
driver. That was the driver. Those are the main ones that were selling the action.
right? And that's why, because they were fucking recognizable.
Yeah.
And so hopefully they learned from that, like Transformers did, and did the Bumblebee movie, which had definitely a more OG feel.
Yeah.
And hopefully, they do. But this nonsense about a new generation of pilots, man. I want the OGs. I want it. Come on, it's a. Here's my problem. Here's my problem with that, bro. Voltron. Gen Z never fucking heard of them.
Nah.
Gen Z's never heard of Voltron. I promise you. They've heard of Power Rangers, but Voltron is not a Gen Z thing, man. It's not. I don't even think fucking my little sister, who is the youngest of the millennials ages, in 1981 she was born, and I don't think she even really knows Voltron because she was a toddler in the 80s. And Voltron was very much an 80s thing. Like, it died in the 80s. It did not go on to the 90s.
Yeah. But
So my point just being that they need to cater to us with this. It's gonna flop if they don't cater to us, bro. If Voltron, imagine if they did a live action Voltron movie and he came out looking like this, bro, that shit would be wildly successful. But they're not, and it's
when
gonna
he goes
flop.
like this, it has a sword and shit. Yeah, that'd be hard.
Imagine if he
That'd be
stepped on the
cool.
scene like that.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
cool.
Motherfuckers would lose their mind.
Yeah. That should be crazy. Then you see him shoot out the caskets on the planet.
Oh.
Yo, that would be super ill. And you see the robies get up and everything. Yo, oh,
Man.
sweet.
It's pure nostalgia. Like, that's the whole point of doing this movie. It's like, why are you doing a Voltron movie for the new generation? Why? Like, I can understand doing certain things from our era for a younger generation, things that carried on maybe through the 90s and early 2000s that they fucking heard of and they know who it is. Maybe do one for them because it's like something they're like, oh man, my dad or my uncles, my older brothers, they really dug such and such, but it's kind of old for me. And then if they made one for my generation, that'd be dope. That kind of thing is cool. But Voltron, you're going to tell a kid from Gen Z, hey, they're making Voltron. And the kid's going, the fuck is that?
But you know what? I understand it from their point of view. Also, it's like, look, let's be honest. Our generation are dying off or getting older. I mean, we love what we love.
We still want shit. We still pay money to go see movies. So make some movies for us.
But those numbers are still in a small number range. You know what I'm saying? Compared with all these new youths, these new, people they could try to get in the influence, but they just don't know how to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to do it. And they always say, oh, we're doing this for a new generation. There's only one generation that cared about fucking Voltron.
Bro,
do
that's
that generation, like you're saying. But
do it for them.
Corporations are thinking, hey, we need to grab new consumers. We need new consumers.
I know.
Lose.
But here's the thing. This is always my mindset. When I see a movie or when there's a new property out, if it's something I'm not sure, like, and I use this analogy all the time, is it's just really simple. A race car movie, let's say, because I'm not a race car driver and I really don't watch race car movies, and I don't really go to like races and I don't watch race. I don't know shit about race cars. But if they do a race car movie and all the professional race car drivers are raving online about how accurate it is and how dope it is and how realistic it is and how it just feels like the real thing. And man, I'm gonna go see that movie.
Yeah.
But if all the race car drivers are online going, man, this shit is not how it is. This shit is not accurate. That's not how it is. I'm definitely not gonna see that movie.
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely.
So why don't they think that way with comics or something? Like if a comic fan is telling everybody online, comic fans are raving how great this film is, how accurate it is, how much it feels like the real thing, how authentic, blah 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 blah. Casual fans are going to see that and go, oh man, this must be good. Then they go see it. If everyone is online going, man, this is trash, this shit is inaccurate, that's whack, boo boo boo, a lot of casual fans are like, well, if the fucking comic fans don't like it, we definitely ain't gonna like it.
Yeah,
It's a comic movie.
but corporations think with metrics and numbers. They don't think with emotions of a person that are collectors, persons that are cartoon watchers, comic readers and collectors. They're thinking off of metrics.
Right.
So they looked and see what that Bumblebee movie did. What other 80s character can we use to get these Bumblebee numbers? Oh, I know. Voltron. We can't do Robotech. We could do Robotech, but that's a saga that's crazy. Well,
and if they're smart, they go, oh, the reason Bumblebee did great and was crazy is because they went back to the 80s version.
The 80s version, yeah.
Yeah.
But also when they did the new Bumblebee, the director said that the robots were a hit with the audience.
Yeah.
And that nobody really liked the what's the name, the other design,
Michael
because
Bay.
the Michael Bay, because that's what the director wanted. And they said that was what we got in that Bumblebee movie, the last one. That was the original design for the first Transformers movie. And they said Michael Bay, they said he cussed out all the conceptual artists, said they look too much like robots. Who wants to see that? Nobody, make them look more organic. And that's what they did.
Yeah, Michael Bay. Yeah, as soon as I seen Bruticus, I was like, man, fuck this movie.
Yeah, dog.
Fuck Bruticus. Not Bruticus, Devastator.
Devastator,
man. You really
did Devastator.
I mean, Soundwave, they destroyed. Soundwave's my favorite, and they just he was nothing. He was nothing like Soundwave. Megatron, nothing like Megatron. Starscream, I don't know, man. It just, I wanted them to, but hey,
don't forget
Michael
Bone Crusher. Optimus fought Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher is a Constructicon.
Yep. And who was the other one they did? He came from. He was always on the on Cybertron. He wasn't on Earth. What's his name?
Shockwave.
Shockwave. Yeah. When was Shockwave on the planet Earth? Only when they open up the space gate to bring Cybertron to Earth's orbit.
Yep.
That was the only time you seen him. You didn't see him no other time. He was on Man in the Space Bridge. Like, yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. This is what they said about about Voltron. They said, we've reimagined Voltron for the live action world, but we're going to stay true to those iconic elements that you love, that I love, that I'm so excited to share with you. There's no details regarding who any of the actors will be playing in the movie. Voltron, Defender of the Universe, follows 5 young pilots in a battalion named the Robot Lions, which are vehicles that join together to form a mega robot known as Voltron. Together they fight against Emperor Zarkon and the crew leader of the Galera Empire, who for over 10,000 years has been searching the universe for Voltron Lions. Todd Lieberman and David Haberman are producing, with Bob Koppler, the head of World Events Productions, the company that controls the Voltron property. So no Japanese people involved.
Well, it's in their best interest to go the old route. He's probably saying for a new generation, meaning they want people of the new generation to get into it. But like you said, if they do the original shit, we start raving about it. There's no problem. They're gonna make their money.
But this bothers me. It says It says a battalion named robot lions, which are vehicles that join together. So is it just vehicles and they call the team the robot lions, or they're really going to be robot lions like they were in the show?
That's confusing because there is a vehicle force,
Right,
and they form Voltron, and then you got the Lions. They form Voltron,
right.
and then you got
So it gotta be.
the other ones
But they're
with
doing some
the
new
Voltron with
version.
the 6 arms. You got the
It
Voltron with the
wouldn't
6 arms.
it wouldn't surprise me
They
if this was gonna be, if the new version was gonna be like, they're not gonna be lions, they're just gonna be little spaceships or whatever, and they maybe come together to make a giant robot. But
They gotta add the lions, man.
they're gonna think the lions. I'm telling you, they're gonna think the lions are too corny or too.
Nah. See, that's what makes Voltron. Look at the nigga's hands. Excuse my language.
No.
Look at his hands. It's lions. Like if they do anything,
his
they're
feet are
lions.
Gotta
His
be.
head is a lion.
His head is a lion.
Mhm.
If they do anything other than
That's
that,
Voltron.
yo, they do anything
They
other than
fucked
that,
up.
they won't never make another movie ever.
I'm telling you, that's how they do this shit. We'll see though. I hold out hope. Yeah, we hope that they do the lions, but
Yeah, they'll
knowing
do
Hollywood and hearing and listening to the way that what the wording is that they're using, I think it's gonna end up. I'm not gonna have big faith that it's gonna be a soup that he's gonna look like this. I don't think he's gonna look like
No.
Remember that movie? What was it? Cloverleaf? Was it Cloverleaf?
Cloverfield.
We thought that was Voltron. The way they was trying to spin
Oh yeah.
it. Yo,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing their little thing, thinking, "Oh, this was the red lion, and this one was the yellow lion." Yo, it was crazy.
Wait, not Cloverfield.
Was it Cloverfield? Yeah.
That's the monster movie.
Huh?
That's the monster movie.
Yeah.
Cloverfield, the
Remember
kaiju
how they
movie.
was pushing it though. They was pushing it like, okay, we don't know. They never said the name of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Remember they put out the it was first person ad
Camera.
stuff, and the camera angles, and then you seen a Statue of Liberty head fall on the ground. They were like, "Oh, they was thinking there was some Voltron stuff because they was calling out certain names of well that was similar to the Voltron forts." You know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't know that.
Yeah, people were speculating before that movie came out. Oh, this could be a Voltron movie.
Damn.
Nah, everybody souped up. It was just a regular kaiju type movie. Monster flick.
Yeah, Voltron was wildly popular, man, in its day. So it's got its fan base, man. It's definitely one of those that you could definitely reboot or
I
give
remember
up.
I got my first Voltron, and it set up this tall too. It was all full metal. I got it from the spot called Big Apple Bazaar in Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
Full metal. Me and my brother, we was going crazy with it.
Yeah, Cobra Kai is a good example. Yeah. Yeah. He was saying Cobra Kai is a good example. I mean, rebooting 80s stuff, you know, but like Cobra Kai, they made it for the new generation for sure, and it had elements that I was able to enjoy myself as a fan of the 80s joints. Like we had John Kreese came back, and you know,
it wasn't a reboot. It was
it wasn't. It was a continuation.
Yeah, see, it's a whole different story. A reboot is like, all right, we're gonna get Mr. Miyagi again.
Right.
Like Jet Li's gonna be not Jet Li.
The Will Smith one was the what's his name? That was a reboot.
Yeah, that was a rebranding. I should say
reboot. That's literally what a reboot is. That was a reboot.
Well, Jackie Chan wasn't Mr. Miyagi. He was Chinese. So
you're talking about a remake.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
A reboot is Jackie Chan is now Mr. Han, but it's the same thing. It's Karate Kid. A remake is Mr. Miyagi and Daniel-san again. That's a remake.
Yeah, and that's what I thought it was when he say Karate Kid. He's doing kung fu. What are you talking about? He's doing Tai Chi and kung fu.
You know, they were gonna. It was gonna be named the Kung Fu Kid.
They should have just went with that, man.
I think they should have went ahead and called it the Kung Fu Kid then. Yeah, because the Karate Kid, and then he goes to fucking China and learns Kung Fu. Like, what are you doing? What
it was like, come on, are you out your mind? I'm like, this is It's
But
disrespectful.
that's
in
that
a way.
Hollywood. That's like you said. That's that branding. That's the big wigs thinking about.
Yeah, monies.
Man,
And,
not
and,
thinking
and not knowing that's disrespectful. How you gonna
artistic.
say it's karate if it's kung fu?
It's very disrespectful.
Yeah, very disrespectful.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, people, martial artists in the discipline know you cannot disrespect in that manner.
Nah.
You know?
No, that's blasphemy right there.
Yeah.
Fucking but yeah, this is the Voltron Wikipedia page. If you guys just didn't remember, it was a Japanese anime television series from Toei Animation. Syndication from 1984 to 1985. Very short run. Voltron was here and it was gone. Like it was a blink. Like it didn't have a bunch of seasons and all that shit. It was like, and a lot of little kids, like after 85, if you didn't catch Voltron, like you missed out and you didn't get to know shit. And then later they would try to do more shit. They came out. Let's see what they do. Vehicle Team Voltron came out in 1984 and 85. That was right along with Lion Force Voltron. And then Fleet of Doom came out in 86. Voltron Third Dimension came out in 98 and 99. I didn't know of that. I didn't even know of this.
Yeah, that's that when you know how Transformers came out with that 3D looking shit.
Oh yeah, the CGI kind of thing. Like
yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah, that's that bullshit I hate. Voltron Force came out in 2011. That was Nicktoons, Nickelodeon. Yeah,
and that was also part of that same thing. They still it up the 3D look. That
and then Netflix just did the Voltron Legendary Defender.
Yeah.
But did you watch any of that?
I think I own the Legendary Defender.
The Netflix one that came out in 2016?
I didn't like it. I didn't because it was strange.
I beg it different.
I'm not saying it was bad. I personally
ain't gotta like it.
Listen. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But listen, I loved it. I thought it was the best. Listen, I was hooked. I watched them all.
Really?
I watched that several times. They about to take it off Netflix, and I'm mad about that. Bro.
But you own it,
bro.
But you
upset about it.
You own
I
it,
gotta
right?
go get them. I don't own Legendary Defender because they never came out with a complete series. They dropped them, but they never finished dropping all of them. So I never bought them, hoping they was going to drop maybe a complete series, or just drop the other season. They just never. I think it's like a season ain't drop or a season and a half. I was up, man. Listen, I thought Legendary Defender was dope. It was the best Voltron came out since the stuff in the 80s.
I was thrown off by them, like the different characters and stuff. It was weird.
Well, I know. You know what? You're right, because it was weird to me, but I don't know. It was so good I bypassed it. Pidge, they made Pidge a girl.
Yeah,
Pidge
that's
was
what
never a girl. Yeah, and a lot of people complained about that. Yeah, but Pidge was acting like a little boy, but Pidge was really a girl. Yeah, and a lot of people didn't like that.
It was like non-binary.
Yeah.
It bugged me out.
They kind of, they were kind of trying to sneak that in there. A lot of people didn't like that. They were, a lot of people complained about that. They slid it in, bro. And then they had a backstory for it, saying that Pidge had I think
What y'all know about this?
Her brother died or something like that, and then she took his place.
Yeah, they were like twins or something like that.
Yeah, she took his place and just made it seem like she was a boy.
Recruitment and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy, man.
Right.
But I mean, the actual anime of the new one is pretty dope. I like that, but it was just the story is just throwing me off. I was like, I can't. Certain things I could tolerate.
Check it out.
What happened?
Man, why it ain't showing up? Hold on. Hang on. It's showing now.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
There you
Look
go.
at it. Yeah, look at it.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Right?
Form, feet,
Yeah,
and
that's the
legs.
yeah.
Yeah. Form, arms, and torso. And now form the head.
That's the
Yeah,
Japanese
man.
version.
Yeah, that's the Jap version, Japanese
Mhm.
stuff, which is dope. Look at the colors, though. The colors is slightly
Covers
different.
it.
Goleon.
Mhm. Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yo, come on.
Yeah.
They're not doing that in the beginning of the movie like that. They're gonna have
Yeah,
issues.
bro.
So they're gonna have
Facts.
issues if they don't.
You know what I'm saying? Look.
Swing. The sound effects
There
are
you go.
people. There you go. I remember that shit. I remember this shit. Wow, I remember this exactly. Yo.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, when he
Come
pulled out the
on,
blazing
dude.
sword, it was over. It was over
Yeah,
for any
dog.
monster.
You
Any
just
monster
cutting
got hit with
monsters.
yeah, you
Crazy.
You're a
he cut
kaiju
him in
killer.
half. Yeah, if you got hit with a blazing sword, you was done.
So
There
that's
was
so
nothing
that's
you was gonna do
Voltron's
about
thing.
it.
He's a kaiju killer in space.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much what it is. No enemy could stand. His name was Goleon, not
Goleon.
Voltron. They called him Goleon. Yeah, like Go Lion.
Yeah,
Goleon.
go.
Yeah, Go Lion, go.
Mm-hmm.
And we call him Voltron.
Yeah.
Goleon, why can't you control your own power? Why do you try to use that power for peace in the universe? Or why do you not? Damn, what was he doing with it? Goleon, know that those who overestimate their own power shall be undone by it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, she just fucking him up. Spread him out.
Yeah.
Several thousand years has passed. Escape from the slave castle. That's some Star Wars shit right there.
Yeah.
Galra.
Galra Empire.
That's
That's what Keith gonna jump out.
wow.
It really is a slave ship. Goddamn.
Yeah, it is.
Keith gonna jump out and get them jokers.
Yeah.
For him like crazy.
God damn. Keep whipping. That's a he just said keep whipping. Damn. Lightning in space is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No.
The Great Dark Nebula has conquered
Empire.
Empire. Man, you think the movie's gonna be anything like this?
Yo, if they stick to the realness
wish,
and
I hope.
have it just like this, yo, it'd be a successful movie. Very successful.
There he is.
Yes.
I hope they have him, man.
King
He's got to be
Zarkon.
in it. He's got to be in it.
The
And this
witch.
guy here. Yeah. Who's that?
The witch.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
witch.
Yeah. They got to have
Hagar.
Zarkon.
Hagar. That's Hagar.
Hagar the witch,
Hagar.
yeah.
Hagar. Yeah, that's all the American names for the characters.
Yep. Look, you got his cat or whatever that I forgot what that was. It was a cat, but damn. Yo, you gotta really think what's on people's mind when they create this stuff. Like, yo, wow.
Oh. Yeah, dog. The Japanese like sci-fi fantasy
Mhm.
is very singular. Like it's definitely its own thing, and it's amazingly fucking creative. Like just very unique, very original, like so original and so creative. It's insane. It's nuts.
And I can see why they reinterpreted what you call it as a girl. Because you look at the headband on him, I'm like, why is he wearing a headband? like
Who?
No, Sven. Sven.
Sven.
Yeah, the headband.
Yeah, that was
He had a
always
headband on him.
What are
it,
y'all
it,
seeing?
it was a head tie. Like you'll see him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Karate Kid.
the
You'll see him.
lion one guy. Oh,
The
Yeah.
green lion.
the green lion. Okay.
You'll see
Green
him.
Lion was Pidge. Sven was the blue lion.
Oh yeah, that's right. Page. My fault. Watch, you'll see. He had a scarf on and everything.
Damn, these fools just putting slaves in the arena to fight like gladiators. That's some Roman shit.
Yeah.
They borrowed a lot.
hmm
They borrowed a lot, but it was good, and we loved it. I know
Yeah.
I did. Shit, I watched. I'm a Voltron junkie, bro.
Japanese are
Fuck.
racist as fuck though. That shit was racist as hell.
Kind of, because they had the black creatures whipping on everybody else.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Death Black Beastman.
Yeah.
Where?
Uh-huh. Damn you,
Sorry.
Galra. Damn you, bastards.
Galera bastards.
Galra bastards.
Hmm.
That one with the headband?
Hunk.
No, not
That's
him.
Hunk. That's Hunk and Keith.
Hunk. Oh, this is the
Pidge.
guy? That's supposed to be a
That's
guy?
Pidge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he could be. That's easily a girl. Yeah, they could
Yeah.
easily.
See,
turn that
so they played with it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
based off
Finn
of
right there. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Finn right there. But you gotta remember to be like when you watch Battle of the Planets, Zoltar, they didn't know Zoltar was a woman or a man. And remember the Japanese, they embraced that androgynism and all that.
Yeah, they
So
do.
So this is the black guy? Is
No,
that the
Hunk.
black guy? Hunk?
Nah, Hunk wasn't black. Nah, he wasn't black.
There's a black guy in Voltron?
Nope.
Nope.
So who do you think the black actor is playing?
He's gonna be playing that guy.
They're gonna be playing one of them guys. We don't know. This is for a new generation. Remember, we gotta
Yeah.
take this. We gotta talk about this different now. This is for a whole new generation.
Yeah.
So what we
Yeah.
know about this TV show don't even count as far as the
Right.
pilots are concerned.
True.
We just gotta wait and see. It might be all female pilots. We don't know.
Well, no, we know it's 3 males and 2 females.
Yeah, that's Finn, Hunk, Pidge. But we knew Pidge was a boy because Pidge said he was a boy. And he just added the androgynous look.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
That's
That's
gonna be
Keith. That's the leader.
the Asian guy.
Keith is the
Yeah.
leader. Yeah, Keith is the
That's-
leader. And Sven
That
is
might
the
be
guy right
Bill
there.
right
That's-
over here. Oh, he's
that's
one of the
Sven right
lions
there.
against
Yeah.
the wall?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
yeah, he's the that's the Black Lion and Blue Lions pilots right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this might be the black guy then. They might let him be the black lion.
But he's too old. Oh no, the other
Keith,
guy.
No,
Keith,
the black
the guy in
actor.
the front, the
Yeah,
guy
you're
in
right.
the front is the Black Lion. The guy in the front is the Black Lions pilot. That's Keith. Sven
Yeah.
piloted the Blue Lion.
Mhm.
Oh, this guy in red is the black lion?
Yeah.
That's the leader of the team. That's the Black Lions pilot. Whoever pilots the Black Lion is the leader of the team.
Okay. So that might be the black guy, might be the red lion then. Or the black lion, the red suit, the leader of the team, maybe. And this guy could be
Because
the
even when they
Asian
got
guy.
their suits, they suits match the line. They suits match the line.
What if Hunk is the Asian girl? The Indian girl?
Mm.
They might do that.
That's
They might do it. That's how they might do it. A
controversial.
new generation.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
new generation.
controversial. That's
Is it more
controversial.
controversial than making? I don't know. It depends.
Pidge making Pidge a girl? Nah, because
Yeah.
Pidge looked like a girl. Pidge looked like
Right.
a girl, so you could kind of get that off. I mean, so we don't know.
Firing off nukes.
Yeah, they talking about Earth.
Damn, that's just obliterated all the humans. Wow, look, Terminator shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whoa. Voltron was dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, Japanese animation is technically dark.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, it can be. It can be.
Yeah, doom and gloom. You know.
Yeah, always apocalypse. Always apocalypse.
Yep.
They said that a lot of Japanese manga and a lot of Japanese anime always deals with post-apocalyptic shit because they went through Hiroshima and Nagasaki
Sure,
and
it's
That's true.
they saw what
Yeah.
was like an apocalypse. That's how shit looked. See
Yeah.
that? That's how shit looked.
yeah,
They lived through that, so
Yeah.
that's part of their culture. Yeah.
yes, indeed. You hit
And
the
I don't know why I'm drawn to it, but I really love post-apocalyptic shit. I do. I love it. Like that's some of my favorite shit.
Yo,
You know,
that's why I
Book
feel
of
like
Eli, that's my shit.
I'll be surviving that motherfucker just based off
Oh,
just saying, like
word,
real shit.
word. I'll be
Mhm.
trunks out that motherfucker. Swords on my back and all of that. You know what I mean?
Trunks, huh? Man.
Word.
Shit. I'll be straight up like my man with the spike back.
So they got super soldier serum. Look.
Nah, that's just what you was able to do back in the 80s. You was
Oh.
able to use a
Any-
Japanese character, you was able to
That's
jump
cartoon
far.
powers.
And,
cartoon.
and pose at the same time. You was able to do that back in the 80s.
Oh, just reached in the
That's just
stew and pulled out a chunk,
a chunk of something.
a leg. The Death Black Beastmen are what? The Death Black Beastmen are chowing down on slave stew. We're gonna just sit here and be turned into those thugs. Damn it. Must be joking. I'd rather not have to eat slave stew. But if we resist cabal, wait, hang on. Who's
Slave
this?
stew means the
Who's
body
this
parts
guy?
of the slaves, the body parts of those dead slaves that was on the ground. They put them in a
Right.
pot and boiled them and cooked.
Right. Now who's this?
That's Keith. I mean, not
That's
Keith,
one of the
Lance.
that's one of the
That's
pilots.
Lance. That's Lance. Yeah, Lance. That's Lance and Sven. That's
Oh, so they didn't.
the
There
one
was
on the
no
left.
girl.
The one on the left. The one on the left is the pilot of the red line, and the one on the right is the pilot of the blue line.
And there was no female lions.
Nah, not pilot until he died.
Yeah,
When Sven died, that's when the princess took over as the
Oh,
blue lions pilot.
Because I remember there being a female. Yeah. Wasn't there a pink one?
Well, she wore a pink outfit.
She wore a pink
Right.
outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. This is some Star Wars shit. They gotta escape the alien jail.
It was dope.
Well, a live action joint would be crazy as fuck, bro. I hope they do it and do it well and do it right because the potential is insane.
Hell yeah.
The potential
If they give us a Dragon Ball Z with Chow Yun Fat type.
Oh no.
We supposed to get.
If it's more like One Piece accurate, I'll be happy.
And don't forget Thundercats. We're supposed to get a live action Thundercats movie too.
Yeah, that's supposed to be. Yeah, that's supposed to be happening.
Yeah, and Star Blazers. We're supposed to get a live action Yamato movie.
Silverhawks?
No, Star Blazers. Spaceship Yamato.
Like Robotech type shit? Like a mech?
No, it's like no, you never watched Star Blazers?
Nah, I never heard of
Yamato? Wave motion gun? Are you serious?
I don't think so. What'd you call it? Star Blazers?
Star Blazers. Or Battleship Yamato.
What's he talking about, Roto?
Y'all never, I'm the only one who watched Star Blazers? It's a space opera. It's a space opera that's really, really good. It's an anime from Japan.
I don't think I've seen
Americanized that. Remember you had the Comet Empire?
Well, Dan, look at this shit. You act like I'm supposed to know about this. This is some this is some real underground shit. Let's see. Battleship Yamato 1974 to 80. Yeah, it's some old shit. This is the 70s, 1974 to 1980. I was just 1 year old when this shit ended.
Yeah. I was born in 75 and didn't care about anything until 82.
Yeah, I was born in 79.
But
so
here's the thing. I didn't start watching them until about 85, 86. That's when I started. That's when I saw them. I didn't see them before.
They were on TV?
Yeah, they used to come on when I came home from school. I used to be like,
"Oh yeah." They used to play a lot of that.
Me up on it. Yeah,
we didn't get a lot of that.
I was like, yo,
yeah.
I watched them joints hard. They came on every day at 3:00. Watched them hard. Watched all of them.
Hold on, let me see. Oh, yeah, man, they were the knockoffs, man. My man with the captain with the one eye. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I've seen this before. And then
No, it's a knockoff what? Of
the
like Voltron?
Voltron, Robotech, and
Oh wow.
Well, they didn't
C4.
have big robots, but
Yeah,
the battleship Yamato
It was like
was
Gundam
like,
and Macross.
and it looked like a
not like
big hat
Gundam and
to me.
Macross. Not like Gundam and Macross. Like, all right, look, the
Listen,
story
it
is
says Battleship Yamato is one of the most influential anime series in
it
Japan.
is.
Its turn towards
It
serious
is.
themes and complex storylines influenced later works in the medium, including Gundam and Macross and Evangelion, in addition to influencing the style of video games such as Space Invaders.
Yeah,
Began, yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
this. I didn't like the captain. You know what I mean? He was raspy or whatever.
Yeah,
It was just like,
the captain was always on something different.
yeah.
Now when they they had to fire the wave motion gun. That was their most powerful weapon. It was
Weapon,
so
yeah,
powerful that they had to put on glasses in order to fire it. If you got to put on glasses in order to fire your gun, you got the most powerful gun in the universe. I don't care what nobody tell you.
Yeah, that's
Because everybody else didn't have to put on, and
that's
they had
the
to charge
problem.
it up. And they had to charge that joint. They'd be like charging wave motion gun.
Oh, they tried to do a
And you
lot
had
of
to
shit.
strap
They
your
did a
seatbelt.
live action film in 2010.
Yeah.
They did you didn't see it? You didn't see the live action? Right?
Yeah, I seen it.
It was good.
Yeah, I seen it.
It was good.
He said, "Yeah, I seen it, man. I seen it. That's all you need to know,
All I
man."
can tell you,
It
all I
wasn't
can tell
good.
you is I seen. Yeah, I don't want.
Yeah.
It's just something you don't talk about. Like a UFO, you
Yeah.
saw it, but you don't want to talk about it.
It's that bad. Wow.
Nah, it was. Yeah, it was just. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it, and nobody in Japan was feeling it either. So they've always wanted to do one that was more accurate to the cartoon and with the characters and all that.
Oh wow,
They
they
even
had a
fired
Game
away
Boy
motion
game.
gun.
Yep, they had a Game Boy game, a turn-based strategy game. They had a Distant Planet Iskandar for the PlayStation.
Isengard. Yeah.
So it was PlayStation 2. They had PlayStation is good for a lot of anime games. They do a lot of anime RPGs, JRPGs, they call them. Yeah, cultural impact is
Your Battleship Yamamoto on Netflix.
Yes, Battleship Yamato.
Yamato.
Yamato. Man,
Crazy.
Star Blazers was dope, man.
Wow, so that was the shit that inspired all this shit of Mobile Suit Gundam and Gundam Evangelion and Macross.
Yeah. Macross was the shot. I don't care what nobody tell you. Now that was a straight up hardcore. Macross, that was a straight up hardcore space opera.
Now they say that. Wow, look, the 1977 film Star Wars bears a number of similarities to the original 1974 Yamato series. For example, both are space opera works with militant empires, starships, and space battles. The robot RTD2 bears a strong resemblance to Analyzer and Yamamoto in terms of both design and narrative function, and both in works involve the ship design blueprints, which are delivered by female leads. So that they have a female lead delivering blueprints of the enemy whatever thing, right? Like the Death Star. Several critics have suggested that Yamamoto have influenced Star Wars through George Lucas did not mention it among his Japanese influences, which he did mention Akira Kurosawa's samurai films. I think he thought maybe if he mentioned Yamamoto, it would have been too on the nose. If he says Kurosawa samurai films, you're like, oh yeah, I see the nuance. But Yamamoto is a little bit too. But he did say Buck Rogers. It's funny he didn't mention Yamamoto then. Maybe he just didn't catch it. But Yamamoto again is also like Buck Rogers and a lot of other American shit that it copied off. So it goes in a cycle.
Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon,
all that was the original.
Yeah, don't forget Gatchaman, which is
Battle
of the Planets. G-Force was dope. That was some of the dopest.
I mean, it's Gotcha Man. It's just.
I watched the Gotcha Man ones. They're more hardcore. The
Yeah, yeah.
Gatchaman was a way more hardcore. Yeah, they cuss and everything in there,
And
man.
then from there you get Silverhawks.
Yeah,
Really,
And
Silverhawk.
Silverhawk. And Silverhawk, right? Silverhawk is direct. You might as well say that's Gatchaman,
yeah.
2.0. Silverhawks. That's all. You might as well just say that because it's the same concept.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They fly. They got wings. They all look like birds,
Yeah.
just like they looked like birds.
Right.
I'm trying to get me a what you
Oh,
call it, a
what?
model of the battleship.
That's the
Yeah,
model
that-
right there.
That looks like a
Yeah.
hat to me, like a
A
captain.
hat?
Yeah, like it
Oh,
looks like a captain. The way it's posed now looks like a
Yeah,
captain.
yeah.
yeah.
And in the
But it's
front,
like a ship.
and
It's like a
it's
ship.
a, it's
How
a
they
ship.
have.
It's a ship
Yeah.
that floats.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a regular,
yeah.
it's a regular ship, but it flies.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
regular ship, but it can fly in outer space.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I seen that. I couldn't deal with it, man. I couldn't deal with
And
it.
when they fired the wave motion gun,
Wow.
they had to put on glasses.
Yeah. Fire the wave motion gun.
Motion gun. Everybody put on their goggles.
how
That
he
joint be
sounded.
powering up. They be
Fire
like,
the wave
put
motion
their
gun.
goggles on. That joint be powering up. Joop, 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 joop. Then they fire it. When they fired that joint, it destroyed everything in its path. There was no coming
That's like
back.
the Death Star.
Once they
Yes.
fired the wave.
That's like
Exactly.
the Death Star.
Exactly.
Just like they had to power up the Death Star to fire, they had to
Yeah.
power up the wave motion gun. The only difference was you needed glasses. And the Death Star, you didn't need glasses to fire the Death Star.
Well,
I think they did to
they
look
had
at it.
glass shields. Remember the face?
Yeah,
of
they
the
put the shield
operators?
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shield-
the shield.
Yeah.
The operators had the shield.
And I think it was Spaceballs too. They did that.
Yep. They did
Oh
that.
yeah. They did do that in Spaceballs, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, Battleship Yamato.
And look at
And
the, look at
Thundercats,
the, hey, go back to that picture. Look at that. What does that ship look like right next to him?
That looks like
A-Wing.
an X-wing
Right,
right
A-wing.
there, or A-wing. Really, it looks like the front of it. It looks like an
A-wing.
A-wing and an X-wing mixed
Yeah,
together.
X-Wing was
Yeah.
together, yeah.
Hey,
It's the front of an A-wing and the back of
it's
an
original. Nothing new
Mhm.
under the sun.
Son.
George
Word.
Lucas been watching
Nah.
Star Blazers all this time.
Oh shit.
I was watching something about Star Wars. Oh, the other day they were saying if you look closely at Darth Maul, he's got earrings in. And they're saying that the guy that played Darth Maul, when he put on his Mickey, he just forgot to take them out. And so they didn't reshoot the scenes, they just left them in there.
You talking about Ray
And
Park?
so,
Yeah, Ray
yeah,
Park.
yeah.
Wow.
If you look closely, Darth Maul got earrings. He got earrings.
Oh wow!
Christmas.
Look out, guys!
I-
Look at R2D2 over here.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and look, he lifted his cap off, and a little man. What does this guy get inside R2D2?
No.
this-
He's the
this
doctor.
guy?
or something. I think he's the doctor on the ship. No.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, but why is this robot hollow and he takes his head off? Is this
Nah,
guy
it's a
right
robot.
inside of it?
Nah, no, none of that. None of that goes on.
Oh, that's weird because
No,
there
no,
is
no.
someone that gets inside of R2D2. There is a
I
little
don't
man
know.
inside. There's a little man inside of R2D2.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
know that? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a little
Yeah, we
man.
know that. Yeah.
Yeah,
died.
but
What? How many years ago?
yeah, he passed
He died
away
a
a
few
couple
years back.
few years ago.
Yeah, he
yeah.
played in Time Bandits. He played in Time Bandits as well, and he was
Yep.
one of the Ewoks.
Yep.
Mhm. Wicket. No, Wicket. Yeah, no, Wicket was Willow. Willow played Wicket.
Wicked. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Willow.
he did play with it. Yeah.
There was a smaller person. He was a little bit. He was more shorter.
Yeah.
It's an R2.
Wow. That's an obvious R2. See, now you got to remember, George Lucas hired a bunch of guys that were young sci-fi fans to do and build all the special effects and design all this shit. So who knows? It's not like George Lucas sat down and drew everything you've seen in Star Wars. He had teams of people that did that shit.
Yeah.
Man.
So
And
who
they-
knows?
and
where their
Star
inspiration
Blazers-
came from. The guy that
And
made
Star
it
Blazers
came up with
um,
R2D2. He probably was a Star Blazers fan.
Exactly.
and Star
Exactly.
Blazers borrow heavily from Star Trek, because if you look, like the suits of the people that were the crew of the Yamato, they were all different colors, just like Star Trek,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
depending
Mhm.
on what field they worked in.
It's crazy, Gene Roddenberry and all of them, man. But then You have to go back to who in the serials? You had to go back to
Flash Gordon and
Flash
and
Gordon.
Buck
You had
Rogers
to
and
go
shit.
back, yeah, back then, yeah. Yo, it's heavy, man.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
There was always that one tyrant ruler who was going to destroy the planet Earth, like
All right.
Ming. Ming is like Darth
Yep,
Vader
that's me.
or the Emperor.
Ming.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ming the Merciless.
yeah,
Emperor Ming.
yeah.
Clytus, I'm bored. That was it's like,
Yo, but
what can
if
we
you
do?
check the old serial of Flash Gordon, those are crazy dope too. Dr.
Yeah, they are.
Zarkov. Dr.
Yeah,
Zarkov was a
Zarkov.
wow dude.
Yeah.
He was you think that movie, the cult classic movie was crazy, Zarkov was crazy? Watch this old serial. That dude was all
Yeah.
Richter.
Yeah, the black and white ones. Yeah, the black and white ones is dope.
Yeah, yeah.
I own the cartoon version
Okay.
of it. I own those on DVD.
Yeah, my man, he was out of his brain element. He was just going crazy. And Ming was just straight up Ming. He was like real ruthless. And I was like, yo, how
Oh
did they get the
wow.
same actors? The dude that did the Ming that we know of, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? He looked just like the dude from the serial, from the
Yeah,
old series. I was like bugging out. I was like, oh snap. Because I used to watch the on BBC network. I used to watch all the Flash Gordon serials. And then Doctor Who, of course. But yeah, man.
Wow. So the first true space opera was E. E. Smith's The Skylark of Space, and from 1928. It says the author is often hailed as the subgenre's forefather.
Okay.
Now I've heard that it was John Carter of Mars, and this says that works such as John Carter of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs were pure planetary romance. Buck Rogers and its imitators had essentially codified the space opera concept in the popular imagination by the late 1930s. So it's been around. Space opera used to be a pejorative locution designating not a subgenre or mode at all, but just the worst form of formulaic hackwork, really bad sci-fi. They used to just call it space opera, but then of course it became a different term. Despite the seemingly early beginning, it was not until the late 1920s that the space opera proper began to appear regularly in pulp magazine stories such as Amazing Stories. We all know what Amazing Stories is.
And remember, most of this stuff really starts from radio.
Yeah, that too. And early comics in the 1920s,
Yeah, yeah.
pulp magazines and stuff like that.
Yep.
Amazing Stories.
It came from outer space.
Right.
That right.
Yeah.
I like listening to them things. They have them on YouTube and then on different podcasts where they bring them back all over.
Oh, word. Yeah.
Man. Just be
They got
dope.
the Orson Welles War of the Worlds.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the craziest.
Yeah, you could just, you could do shit around the house and just listen to the story. You don't necessarily have to watch anything. You just listen.
That's how I do. I go on audible.com all the time and I listen to shit. I'm listening to one right now called The Red Harvest about a Sith Academy and some crazy.
What do you feel about this new show, the Skeleton Crew?
Zoe could only stare at it. A laboratory like nothing she'd ever encountered in
Shit
years
is
of
coming out next week.
Yeah,
Coming out next week, Skeleton Crew.
Seems like it's gonna be like a comedy or something, man.
It's gonna be like a kid. It's gonna be like the Goonies, kind of
Look
like
like it. Yeah, look like
Stranger
it's the Goonies kids. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
kid
but
show, man.
but more like, to me, I think it's gonna be like kind of like a Nickelodeon show. Like that's how it feels like to me. Like it's gonna be a Gen Z group of kids, and they're in like a regular, like they're on whatever planet, but it just kind of looks like Earth back in like the 80s. Like it's like, people or aliens mowing their lawns, like literally cutting grass in like squared off yards and streets, neighborhoods, just like that. And kids and whatever adventure they have, they're gonna come across a guy who's all mysterious and The way he looks and the way he like acts is seems so corny, bro. And like I
And
really
he's
see
a
this
great
being for
actor.
little kids. It's for little kids.
Yeah, but he's a great actor too. Like,
Sure. Yeah.
I
He
don't know.
is. He's a good actor. So I mean, it's gonna be geared towards kids. Some Star Wars fans may like it, but we have no idea if this is gonna be good or not. It could be like a really good show that they're just stamping the Star Wars name on, and that's what I think it is. I think they're trying to make another Stranger Things type show,
Okay.
and another 80s throwback type of show, but
Right.
with
Like it did Morbius. Like Morbius, when you watch, it was a good vampire movie, but
they
I
just
don't
use
think it
the
would have
name.
sold well if they just didn't use the name Morbius. Like if you'd have just put it out there as a vampire movie, like a strange vampire movie, I went for it. I thought it was all right. But when you put Morbius on it, it ruined it for me. I was like, nah, this ain't Morbius. I don't know what
Hmm.
this is.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Didn't like.
kind of what I think their mistake is here.
Yeah, I didn't like him fighting himself basically because the guy had the same powers he had.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, if it was just a vampire movie, cool, but this is supposed to be superheroes, and like, why is this villain? Why they got the same powers? It's like, if it was just a vampire movie, that would have made sense.
Exactly.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, Silverhawks, Battle of the Planets. I wish they would bring those back, like do remakes of those. Thundercats. The remake of Thundercats in 2011 one, they were dope. They just never finished it. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
Well, as far as like Star Wars right now, I think we'll save that for the next show. This is a lot to kind of go over, but
It is.
Superman, Absolute Superman was phenomenal. Number 2 is about to drop. The Lazarus Corporation has sent their most battle-hardened crew of peacemakers to locate the mysterious fugitive interfering with their mining operations, but they weren't expecting one motor-mouthed, iron-willed woman to be the one to finally get the cuffs on him. Lois Lane is the one that finally captured Superman with her super cop cuffs. And yeah, that was the ending of Absolute Superman number 1. Lois Lane is a cop that catches him. They don't need to catch him, but I guess he's vigilanteing and they don't like it. But there he is, getting captured by her, and that's how the next one, I guess, starts out. And here we go. Looks like she has to blast him. Something going on with these heat
Bands,
yeah, wrapping around. Seem like they're tied together now. The crew, everybody's like pointing guns at them. They start shooting. He probably blocks and saves Lois Lane's life. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's the little teaser. But yeah, that's coming out December 2nd. And we already got Absolute Batman number 2 right here. I haven't read it yet, but
and Wonder Woman
can't
number
wait.
2.
Can't
I haven't
wait.
read either one of them. I got Wonder Woman number 2 and Batman number 2. I haven't read either one of them.
Oh, I didn't even know Absolute Wonder Woman 2 was out. Yeah. I didn't even know.
It came out.
I didn't know.
Came out Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, and then we've got the G.I. Joe Energon Universe is dropping a hardcover deluxe version of what do you call it, little graphic novels, probably like 4 issues per book, maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, it's like this one. I have all the
12 issues.
I have the Energon ones here.
Yeah, I got those. The Scarlet.
Yeah.
I bought all the
That's
individual
the hardcover.
Scarlet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
Yeah, that's the trade
Yeah, they
paperback.
just came out.
But I don't have a
trade
hardcover.
paperback. Yeah, trade
Yeah, I got
paperbacks.
trade paperbacks. Yeah, I've been
So
buying
they
those. I
putting
don't.
Destro
I just
Skull.
got the regular issues.
Yeah, they
I
they
didn't. Once I knew they were coming out. Once I knew they were coming out to trade paperback, I just bought issue 1, slabbed them, and then matter of fact, hold on, I slabbed them,
You
and
see
then
that
I
shirt,
got
Rock Talk? That's my guy. Hell
yeah.
yeah.
I've,
And it's like the Liefeld spawn.
yeah, I
Not
made
Liefeld, the McFarlane spawn.
yeah, I made
McFarlane
this.
Spider-Man. McFarlane Spider-Man. I'm tripping.
Yep.
Yeah, McFarlane
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
this is my my homage cover I created.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
What, you created that?
Yeah, because they never did Storm Shadow like that.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was a comic.
It's based off the comic with Snake Eyes on the cover, and that's a homage to Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
did
'cause
the
I just got some.
homage.
I just got some slabs. I just
Yeah,
got some slabs back too. So here's
Oh,
some of the
shit.
slabs I got back.
Woo!
Yeah, this is a
Doing
reprint.
over there,
Of,
you got the Superman
this is a
#1
reprint.
comics. Yeah, repro.
Yeah, this is a reprint of act. This is the 1988 reprint of Action Comics #1.
You mean
Yo,
that's not the
Yeah.
$2 million one?
No, so I bought this one because I will never be able to buy the $2 million one. So I bought this one.
You
and
never know.
slapped it. Yeah, but hey, listen, you're right. And if I ever get $2
This
million, I can
element
buy
might
it.
blow up.
Hey,
Hey, we might blow up.
Listen. So I bought
hey,
this. Then
your
I
other
did.
comics might disintegrate, and that one be the prime one.
I hope so, and that's what I'm hoping. That's why I bought it. I'm hoping they all
Yeah.
catch on fire somewhere. This is Icon.
Oh, Icon, yeah.
It's Icon versus Hardware.
Oh, Rad. What up, Rad?
#1.
That was a lot like Star Wars.
That's slab.
Okay.
Yeah, the icon is dope.
Yeah, the Icon.
Yeah. Oh, would you?
They doing more with Milestone Comics too.
They need to, man. And then this is Static.
They need to do Milestone movies because that's part of DC too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope if they did that. It's
Hell yeah.
Static.
They do.
Now I bought it for the cover because
Static
the cover.
movie?
This is this is Static #1, Shadows of
Mhm.
Dakota. But I
Yeah.
bought, but the cover. This was a hard cover. This was a hard.
Yeah, it is a hard cover.
Yeah, so I had to get it. Now this one, these last two, y'all gonna love these. Y'all gonna love these right here. This is Reno's favorite one right here.
Oh hell yeah.
Commander.
I don't
that-
even I don't even think I have that cover, do I? What number is that?
#1.
#1.
Let's go.
That's
get
the
it.
variation. They have one that's all red, the red snow version.
Yeah.
That one too.
I wish I could have got my hands on that. They didn't even have it in my comic shop.
Yeah, that was a Comic-Con exclusive at the time.
Exclusive. Yeah. Oh, I wish I could have got my hands on that because I would definitely slabbed that. And then this one was for you, Raw Talk. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. #1 of the new era. Yes.
Yeah. And I got the black and white cover because I really like the black and white cover. I thought it was.
Oh yeah, I got them all. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, man, let me get this black and white joint.
This is the only #1 I got. That's the #1 I got.
Okay.
I need that trench coat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that one
Yeah,
like
so yeah. So those are the slabs I just got back. They just came back. I gotta go back next week and pick up.
Stu, I thought you was gonna get me one of them trench coat Cobra Commanders. You were supposed to get me one of those.
I thought I got you one. I'm gonna be honest.
You
with
told me you did.
I gotta look. I might have got you one of them. Didn't I
If
get
you
it
got-
and send it to you or no?
You said you was
Didn't I
gonna
send
send.
it to you?
No,
I thought I sent it.
Was it me? Because I was supposed to go back to the comic shop, but when I went back, they didn't have it.
nah. Stu was gonna get because he got one. I think he said he got two. He said he got two.
Mm.
If I got another one, you got it. If I got another, you can have it. You got it. But I think I
Well-
did get you one, and I might have sent it to you. I
Damn,
gotta check because I got a stack of comics for you.
bro. Find the tracking
Gotta
number.
check.
See what we gotta see what happens.
Yeah, I gotta find that, man. I gotta find it. But yeah, these are the ones I
I
just
still
got
got a
back.
box. I gotta
Just
send
got
out to you. I still got a
Yeah, I
box.
still got these. If I'll tell you what, Reno, if I did get it, and I do have two, you got it. But I done bought so much within the last couple months. It's like it's hard to keep up, but I gotta go through all
I
this.
feel you.
You
Yeah.
got
Yeah, I gotta go through all this.
so what's
But if I
what's
do
up
got
on the G.I. Joe front with y'all? Y'all still with the classified gang?
yes, sir. 100%. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't think we are. I don't think we are. Oh, we listen. I can't listen. You deep in the O-ring game, so you did the right thing, and I respect you for that. I really, really do.
There we go. There we go. Look at him. Look at that G.I. Joe right there. The dreadnought. The dreadnought. The dreadnought.
Mm,
The dreadnoughts. Yeah, there you go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's the
yeah,
new
that's hard.
G.I. Joe Energon joint and the regular Larry Hama joint. But as far as I mean, classified, bro. The latest shit I got.
Yeah, because the classifieds, y'all, they going crazy now, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you might have to jump back in.
I think the line has surpassed a certain point on me. I gotta spend $2,000 now to get the second half and then the first half another $3. So it's gonna be too
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, you can't.
Nah.
That's why
But
you.
see,
No,
that's
it
how
was
we
that was the
that's
one.
how we
You
feel
knew
about the
once he made
O-rings.
that. Once he made that move, it was a one-time move. Like it was a
Yeah.
end
But
of the
that's how
like a
we feel
what do
about
we
the
call it?
O-rings.
That's
Yeah, we
Yeah.
that
gotta
boy
spend too
right.
much money. Yeah, we gotta spend too much money to get into the O-rings, man. So classified is it for us.
Yeah.
So we got
Check
so
him
we
out.
gotta live our dreams through you, and you gotta live your dreams through us. That's
Exactly. Yo, you got
yeah.
I'm still holding on to that Serpentor that you need, right? Or did you get a new one?
Nope. I'm gonna take care of that this week.
Yeah,
He
My
looking
yeah.
like a
birthday. It's my
lion.
birthday. I already talked to my son about that. He's like, Dad, I got you. I was like, thank you, son.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
Word.
Night Force ripcord.
That's crazy right there, man. That's crazy. It's dope.
Yeah, I really dig it. The Rattler is on deck too. The Rattler's gonna be a little bigger than this.
Yes.
And
It's
the
the
Rattler's
same
gonna be
length, but
huge.
the width is gonna be wild.
Yeah, the Rattler's gonna be huge, bro.
You gotta get you some fishing wire.
The wingspan, and then
Does it come with Wild Weasel?
What,
oh
the Rattler?
Yeah,
Yeah.
does it come with
yeah,
Wild
it
Weasel?
comes with Wild Weasel. I
Okay.
grabbed him,
It's-
and then this is the homie right here. They really hooked him up. He's got a nice
which I,
gear loadout.
Yeah.
which I still
I
ain't
know
get
that
my damn Alpine.
Alpine.
I know that Storm Shadow, you're gonna do a Night Force version. I already can see.
You already know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a Night Force with him.
yeah. Yo, that Night Force squad look crazy.
Hell yeah.
Y'all really didn't get. I mean, I got a few figures, but I didn't really get. I got a Roadblock.
Okay.
I got a Crimson Guard.
Mhm.
Picked up Falcon.
Okay.
Zartan. What else did I pick up? And I got retro card back. Duke Scarlet, Beachhead, and Cobra Commander. Got them.
Also,
I'm
these
waiting
dudes
on.
came with the fucking the jet or the dragonfly. This dude here, I chromed him out, trimmed him out.
Wow, Bill.
Oh, Bill. Ha,
Yeah, he's dope.
he's dope.
Oh,
I like how they hooked him up, but I got him posed up like a
Gunslinger.
gunslinger. And then he gave us a Night Force crazy legs.
Yeah.
He got a crazy weapon,
Mm-hmm.
foldable stock, nice backpack. And then there's a card back one coming out soon where it'll just be the regular colors.
Yeah.
And then this is my recent creation of the Airborne Night Force Airborne.
Yeah, nice. I seen that on yeah, that shit look hard.
Ah,
Don't it? Don't
bro,
it?
that shit looks so
It
hard,
do.
bro.
It
Yeah,
do.
hell
Yeah, it do.
He looked just like, damn, I don't want to meet that dude tonight
word.
on the wrong end of the
Yeah,
enemy,
Straight
bruh.
yeah, he
to the
look
game.
like he looked like. And if you choose to accept this mission, you know what I
Ah,
mean, like you have to go deep into enemy territory, like like
Word.
like he Snake Plissken, like he on a Snake Plissken mission. That's what he
oh,
looked like.
He
Yeah.
about to jump. He about to Halo jump.
word, right?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? He is a Halo
Halo
jumper.
jump. Yeah, yeah.
High altitude, low open.
Mhm. High altitude, low operation, open, something like that.
It's open. They open the chute at a low altitude. They jump from super high up and they don't open the chute until last minute. And that way they're not detected by radar or seen by anybody floating down in their parachute. That's the
And
whole
it,
point.
it's a smaller parachute too. Wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's crazy.
Tough.
Or they jump so well, you know it's high altitude because they need an oxygen mask in order to jump out the plane.
Right.
That's high. So
Yeah.
the air is too thin from where they jump from the thin air to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
The thicker
Mhm.
part.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's there's what do you call it? The next wave is we got Dial Tone, Leatherneck, the Saw Viper, and who's the other one?
Xandar.
Xandar.
Standard.
That's
Whoa.
the next wave. The next wave of Marvel Legends, I'm super excited about because it is the Secret Wars remakes of the Secret Wars figures from the early 80s that was really my introduction to a lot of these Marvel characters. First time I ever saw Wolverine or Magneto or Doctor Doom was one of those Secret Wars figures when I was 3 years old. And
Mm.
so that's why that shit is dope to me that they're now making a Marvel Legends version and they're making some new characters like they're doing a Beyonder figure who's already on the way. I'll be getting him in a minute. I'll show y'all him in a minute, but they're redoing the black suit Spidey, they're redoing the Wolverine, the Captain
Mm.
America, the Iron Man, um what and then I guess the next wave will probably be, Doom, Kang, those kind of because there was a lot of characters that the Secret Wars line did. They did a nice run, probably 15, at least 15. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah, they
they
did that
weren't
nice. Yeah, because we. Yeah.
like they competed with
Nah, you right.
superpowers.
Yes,
They
yes,
did.
exactly,
Nah, you right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right.
exactly.
Because we collected them all between like me and my friends. We had them. I think we had damn near all of them. Everybody had like one, two or three here, three or four. Everybody had somebody. You know,
Yeah,
they
that's how
weren't.
like
They were
yeah.
worth. They were worth getting. And I did have a
Yeah.
bunch of them.
It was my older cousins that had them. They were like 4 or 5 years older than me, and they had the toy. They had the superpowers and shit, and then and the superpowers and the secret wars. And that was, I think back and like before I ever saw those because Wolverine, Doom, a lot of those characters they weren't in the cartoons back that I remember in the early 80s. Like those they didn't, Spider-Man cartoons and shit like that, but I didn't really see those characters and as a little kid. So my first introduction to them was those little toys, those fucking Secret Wars figures.
Hmm.
And they made an impression on me. Like to this day, my favorite Iron Man suit is that original, well, not the first tin can looking suit, but that yellow and red suit, the first
The
one
yellow
that
and red suit.
that
Yeah,
yeah,
mine too.
because
Yeah,
of Secret Wars, because of that figure when I was a kid.
Hmm.
yeah. I had that
Yeah,
figure. I had Iron Man.
brown suit Wolverine. The reason that's my favorite Wolverine costume is because I know it's because that's how the Secret Wars Wolverine looked. He had the
Hmm.
brown suit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, those Secret War joints. They were hot. Captain America. They were. Listen, they had no articulation, but we loved them.
Yeah.
And I mean, they had no articulation. There was nothing. There was nothing that bent at the knees or the elbows on those figures.
Hmm.
Yeah, everybody got Spartan kicked. You know what I mean? If you was fighting everybody, or karate chop, or karate chop. That's all you could do. Couldn't do much. Couldn't do much. But they were fun. They were just good to have, man. They were really good to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bent at the hips and at the shoulders.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Captain America, Black Suit Spider Man, Wolverine. I think they had a Doc Ock, but I'm not sure.
Yes,
I
they
know they
did. They
had
had a Doc Ock. Yes, they did. They had a Doc Ock.
I know they had a Hawkeye. There was I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. Uh, there was because they had like maybe 2 or 3 waves.
They definitely had the superpowers. They had definitely had Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and all that. They had what was the one from the cartoon? Well, he was Japanese. He had the orange and green on kimono. I forget what's his name.
Mm, I
I don't
think
know.
they had. I'm trying to remember. Captain America, Doctor Doom. How could I
Yeah,
forget
yeah.
Doctor Doom?
And they had the
They had
Doombot.
Doctor Doom. Did they?
Yeah, I think they had not in superpowers.
I,
And
they also had Magneto. And Magneto,
Yeah, they
Kang,
definitely
was
had Magneto, Kang. They had Doctor Doom. They had Black Suit Spidey.
Falcon, Daredevil. Those are two.
and
Those are the two.
they had Doom's Doombots. I remember
Hobgoblin.
that in the
Yep.
old advertisements. The
Yeah.
guy was the one
Hobgoblin,
without the
Spider
hood.
Man.
Ouch.
Yeah. Daredevil, Baron Zemo. That's
There
a
you go.
hard ass Doctor Octopus. Electro, Iceman. That's a hard ass Doctor Ock.
Yeah, my comic shop. They have all those figures on pegs loose, all the superpowers
So there.
and the
Scorpion's
Marvel
dope.
joints. Yeah, Scorpion is crazy.
Yeah, Reno probably got the whole Sinister Six up there.
The only one that's left, what they didn't make? Did they make the Chameleon?
Now, I've never seen a chameleon.
Yeah, because the
Never seen it
Chameleon is
in
part of the Sinister Six, I
the
think, right?
six. Yep. Later on, like later on. I think he's
Yeah,
more with the deadly foes of Spider-Man.
yeah. There you go, Deadly Foes.
But the original Sinister Six was Doc Ock, Scorpion, Mysterio,
Rhino.
Sandman, and Rhino.
Yeah.
And the sixth one was I think Craven.
Hmm.
No, Electro.
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 Okay.
It was Electro, yeah. He's there. That's the original Sinister Six.
You forget the Vulture too.
Yeah, Vulture. I think Vulture came
Did he come a little later? Because I know he was battle.
later because they did it twice. They did it twice, and then you had the Deadly Foes of
Yeah,
Spider-Man. I don't know. I gotta look that up because
that's
I'm
crazy.
gonna keep it up. Yeah, they need to do a movie for that for Marvel.
Mm,
That'd be dope.
true. Or what's he
That'd
jumping?
be dope.
The Green Goblin. The Green Goblin.
Yeah, I like Green Goblin.
Remind me of Maximum Overdrive. Remember that truck?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. So there's Marvel superheroes in the GI Joe universe.
How do you mean?
You look at there's a cover of Spider-Man in a black Spidey suit after Secret Wars, He's in the Transformers comic. I have that comic. It's in my bin. But yeah, he's so Captain America could be a GI Joe if he wanted to. That's crazy. So the Transformers and GI Joe universe, and then you have Spider Man in that universe. Mask is in
Finally
there.
got him.
Oh,
I've been trying to get him for so long.
Miss Wayne.
They need to reissue that joint.
They did. They did. Right now, if you didn't get it, this is pissing me off, bro. As much shit as I went through to get him, and I finally got him, and just yesterday on Big Bad Toy Store, they reissued this figure in a 2-pack with fucking Scarecrow. No, who is it? Fuck, who is it? I don't know. Look it up. Big Bad Toy Store. He's paired up with somebody, and it pissed me off. And guess what? He got both the masked and unmasked heads in the box.
I seen that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I seen that.
And the thing that made me so mad was that when they came out with this figure, he had guns. He has guns. He got Desert Eagles, and then all of a sudden, DC had to
He had a
stop
sword.
selling
Yeah, yeah.
guns.
Guns,
They had
yeah.
to, no, they had to stop selling guns. So what they did was they reissued this, but they reissued him without the mask, and he just had his, gray head of hair and a sword. But I didn't want that head. I wanted this head because that's the dope head, the dope sculpt. That shit looks crazy dope. Let me get it to focus for y'all so y'all can see how dope it is. There it goes.
Hold on for a second. I'll be right back. I'll be
All right.
right back. I gotta go check something.
That's an ill head sculpt right there. A
That
real
is.
dope head sculpt.
That is.
And of course, I chromed out his pistols and his belts and shit.
I don't understand why they came out. I guess maybe I don't know. They came out with an unmasked version. I mean, just reissue. That's the one everybody's looking for. The Flashpoint one. Like, that's the one we want. Because they put out they got a Flashpoint and they got a Professor Zoom and Thomas Wayne joint, but
I got 5 Jokers.
sheesh.
I got 5 Jokers, and none of them are the whack ass ones. The whack Jokers that they've done a lot of whack Jokers, and when I say whack, I just mean like they did different iterations of the Joker that I felt the figures don't look that good. For example, the Dark Knight Joker, where he wears the white suit, the way they did his hair, the way his head, it just looks stupid. The only one that looks decent that's not from like a comic is the Arkham one. And I'm not it's not my favorite because he's got this giant widow's peak and this super duper receding hairline that goes way back like George Jefferson, and I feel he should have a hairline. But this, they finally just put out the Silver Age original OG style Joker, and this is the one that I've
That's
really,
the one with the
really,
Joker
really,
fish.
yeah, right,
Is that the
exactly.
one that came with the Joker fish?
Yes,
Yeah, that's hard, bro.
yes,
Yeah.
that's the original Joker, and I'm just happy that they finally did it, and he could sit with the OG Penguin.
Yeah, the Penguin is hard. Penguin is hard. Yeah, Penguin go hard. I like that.
That's a dope Riddler too. It's the best. I think it's the best Riddler
That's
figure.
the best Riddler I've seen.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And then we got this one, which I really
See, I knew there was something that I just couldn't give up.
That's dope. Killing joke. That's the killing joke.
This is the one I couldn't give up. I couldn't. There's a few. Y'all know I'm a Batman fan too. So yeah, I did get rid of a lot of my McFarlane Batmans, but I had to keep Thomas Wayne.
Yes.
I put it away, and I put it away, and I forgot about it until I started going through old bins in my garage, and I was like, oh shit, I still have him with the guns, the
Yep.
original guns and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the best ones. The other one is this one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty dope, man. I
love
like that storyline with the Flash and shit. The Flashpoint when
Yeah.
see
It's
you
a
get to
great
see-
storyline.
Yeah,
And then this is the one with all the heaters and shit. I like this one too.
he's in there. I just didn't even grab him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's another
like
one you gotta keep.
Batman with the guns. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's one.
Batman. What was it? His name was Batman Dark something, a Night something, or
I don't remember his name. I just know I thought he was Thomas Wayne. Because I was like, oh,
he's from I forget what Earth he is from.
uh-huh. But he's got a very similar head sculpt to the Thomas Wayne, but it's different.
Yeah. I forgot what he's called. He's called something. I wanted to say Knightfall Batman, but that's not him.
No, this is Knightfall Batman here.
Yeah. There you go. That's Knightfall. Oh,
This is Hush.
yeah, Hush. Yep.
You got Dark Knight's Metal. I really thought that looked super cool.
Yeah, I still have him too with the motorcycle. With the
I don't think I had a motorcycle. I just liked him.
Mm-hmm. And I got mine, the Batman, still, because that's at this point my favorite Batman in the modern era. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Same thing. I got the motorcycle in it. Yep. I'm gonna watch that again because I like that opening scene at the in the train station. Man, he was whooping. Yeah, that shit was hard.
He was taking name.
Yeah. Yep. That was the hardest opening of a Batman.
And I just grabbed him and chromed his weapons out.
Oh damn. Oh, that's the retro one, right?
Like the new 52.
Yeah, new 52 one. Yo, that's crazy.
And I got this sort of like live action looking one.
Yeah, that's not the one with the guns though. Too did he come with the original one with guns, right?
This one got pistols. He got pistols.
Yeah. So yeah, he's the original jump off.
That's the one. That's the one I wanted, but I settled for a different one. But if I ever find that one, I'm gonna get the other one to my nephew. You can have it. If you really, don't worry, I got a better one. But you won't know the difference.
Then I got my new Robin. My favorite Robins is Damian Wayne.
Yeah, Damian Wayne's, and with the cloth cape. Yeah.
Cloth hood and cape. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
I had that one. With the smirk. Yeah, the smirk. Yeah. Yep.
And come with the Dr. Pig mask.
Word.
It's hard, bro.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Hell yeah. Official tissue. Hold it up.
Yeah, that's just some of the newest shit that
Nice.
we got. But other than that, man,
Yeah, man.
yeah, man, we chopped it up. We covered everything. I'm just looking at everything. But yeah, we'll be back. I don't think we're gonna do a show tomorrow now because we did it pretty much tonight. But we'll be back definitely Wednesday. Oh, before we go, shit, there's still a couple things. The Wolverine game, super excited about that shit. That's coming out. And apparently it's gonna be in the same universe as the Spider-Man games that the Insomniac developers made for PlayStation. So the Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. Same universe, same gameplay style, kind of, except you're gonna be Wolverine instead of Spider-Man. So very promising. Because that game was good. The Spider-Man games,
Yeah.
they felt really good.
Yeah.
You know, compared to like say the Avengers nonsense trash ass game or some of the other bullshit games we've gotten. Spider-Man games are definitely some of the best.
The Miles and
Yeah.
Spider are definitely.
Mhm.
You go around
Yeah,
the
they were.
city and stuff, free float. You do what you gotta do.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the little thing where he's in the bar, but nothing new about that yet. But yeah, that's coming real soon. The ads and shit are popping up everywhere. There's rumors that Batman 2 is canceled. If you see this shit, don't sweat it. It's not canceled.
Come on, stop.
It's not canceled.
Stop.
Adding fuel to the bullshit. Well, there's been a little online chatter as of late, and it's because it's for a very specific reason. I mean, you know, Robert Pattinson is doing a movie during the time when people think that they would be filming the Batman 2 with Christopher Nolan. He took a meeting with Kevin Feige. So the fuck what? That doesn't mean they're not doing the Batman, okay? Those are just some of the reasons that people, took to that rumor. But yeah, it's all bullshit. And of course the fact that they haven't had a script put out yet. The actors and stuff have not made any comments or said that they don't know anything yet. These kind of things adding up. Mentions that Matt Reeves hasn't turned in a script yet for the Batman and all of that shit. But James Gunn has come out and said they asked him like on a tweet. He was like, he said, Reeves' verse is just a myth, dude. Pattinson moving on to different projects. Gunn keeps saying Reeves is still writing the script. The question is the script for real? Not a single actor from the movie hasn't heard from Reeves or anyone. WB pushing the narrative of the script is still being written to avoid the backlash from canceling the Reeves verse. Wait till DCU officially starts and y'all see the news of they delayed the Batman 2. And then Gunn responded. He said, like, why would you even believe a rando on social networking? Of course not. If it was canceled, it would be canceled. Who has the time for charades? I've been one of Matt's biggest cheerleaders for years since Cloverfield and the Apes movies. We're eagerly awaiting his script. So,
speaking of Cloverfield, he should be the one to do Voltron.
Yeah. He did the Apes movies, Planet of the Apes too. So he could do Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah. Oh, Stu had to bounce. Stu be safe, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, he said his power was running low on his.
Okay.
I guess whatever. So,
yeah. He disappeared like ninja moves, man.
Word. Like Batman and shit.
But yeah, exactly.
Word. Yeah. But James Gunn was reported a while back that Matt Reeves has already finished the script for Batman 2. Is that really true? Gunn said, I think that report was well intentioned, but it was mistaken. We are very much looking forward to it. But the release date is still set for October 2nd, 2026. So,
and plus these actors are under contract for the 3 movies.
Right.
So that's how they negotiate up front. We plan a trilogy. We're gonna do do 3 movies. They do that so
Yeah.
they can keep them obligated to a time schedule when they need. There's going to
If
be
they do the movies, yeah. But if they don't do the movies, then they don't have to worry about the contract.
well,
The
no, they
actor.
still have to pay the actor.
Well,
Because
no, yeah, but
unless
yeah,
there's a
but
stipulation.
yeah, it's usually like the studio has you for these 3 movies. If they want to do 3 movies, then you have to be willing to do it. And they
Yeah, I
sign it.
mean, the first movie that was amazing success
It,
until
it would it would yeah, it would be ridiculous for them to not do a second one, and people seem to think that because that James Gunn is doing this DCU universe and it's going to have its own Batman, that means that the Matt Reeves Batman is going to be canceled or whatever, but that has absolutely nothing to do with it. And like Gunn just said, on Twitter, he said, I'm fully supporting the Matt Reeves movie. So
yeah, and he said it in the beginning. It has no effect on the Batman. That's its own world.
exactly.
He said that specifically. But these knuckleheads, man, who I guess they want to drum up speculation so they can report on it. I mean, it's all a money making play. Like, okay, I'm gonna throw something out there, so now I can do a report on it, get some views off of it, or get some whatever likes or dislikes or whatever,
Right.
and drum up some BS. It's always the case, man. But
Mhm.
yeah, I just can't wait for the movie to come out. And sometimes like people are not used to waiting and being patient.
Yeah.
Like they want the movie done already. Like let it develop. Let it
Right.
let it go through its motions to give you the proper product.
Yeah. If the script ain't turned in yet, it's because it ain't done being written yet. It's not perfect yet.
Exactly.
They're expecting to start filming next year, but even if they go a little bit behind schedule, they still have a release date set, which it initially was scheduled for October 2025. Now it's pushed to October 2026, reportedly due to the 2023 actors and writers strike, which is a legitimate issue, and that had an issue with them finishing and getting to making the second script. But the report that the Batman 2 script was complete and production was slated for 2025, that was old news. But James Gunn, has said that the script is not finished, but the new date for 2026 is still standing. So everything looks good with that. So I'm not worried even in the slightest. It would be ridiculous. It would be a stupid move. It's something they would just not ever do. The Batman was easily one of the best successes they've had in a long time, and it would be silly not to capitalize on it. Especially not only the Batman, but also the Penguin has already proved to be successful and all of that. So, yeah, Stu said his tablet died, but yeah, I mean, everything looks good with that. But that's kind of where we're gonna leave it tonight, man. But 'cause I gotta go eat. I'm starving as fuck. But we'll be back for sure Wednesday. If not, pop up between here and then. But y'all already know we always do it Saturday night and Wednesday night at 7 p.m. is our regular time. So check us out, guys. If you're new to the channel, we appreciate you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Chat.
Word. And we'll see y'all next time. All right. Peace.
Peace.